What's up? What's up? It's the Arthur Moats Experience with Deke. I'm Arthur Moats, and that's my main man, Deke.
What's good, bro?
Man, everything's good, bro. It's Monday. Feels like Monday, but it's a vibe because it is Monday. And Deke, I got about 10 different tracks between Kendrick and Drake over the weekend. I'm just happy, bro. I got music that I needed. I got the vibe out. I'm in the saddle with my dog again. H2P repping. I like the energy, bro. Like I said, it's just a vibe right now, man. Cinco de Mayo was yesterday. Shout out to all the Cinco de Mayo celebrators. Official Momentum's birthday is tomorrow as well. Shout out to you and your bro. They hitting the 30 club. So you know.
How you know that?
Bro, come on, he shot me an email, bro. And I was in email mode, bro. Sometimes I be in email mode. Like when I be researching, it'll definitely put me in email mode. So I be just like, let me scavenge it. Let me just see what's happening. And I was like, yo, peep game. All right, salute you on that. Happy birthday, and little bro had just graduated from Geneva College as well. So salute you on that as well. Definitely liking that. So it was a vibe, bro. It was a vibe, man.
Not your bro.
No, not my bro. His little bro. Yeah, his little bro. Yeah, his little bro. Then shoot, let me think who else, man. Yule Young. He went and copped some new Steelers gear. He copped a little Steelers hat with the 6 championship trophies up there with a Troy jersey. Super Bowl 40 patch up. That was like, yo, excellent selection right there. Can't go wrong with the Troy Super Bowl jersey, right? So,
no.
Yeah. I was like, all right, I peeped. I like what's going on over here. So yeah, man, just, a couple here and there. Nah, but there was some vibes out there. Salute y'all, man, that have been hitting us up, man, reaching out. And we have voicemails as well, man. Salute to y'all as well for those, man. We will get those uploaded on the website. That was completely on me. I got to send it over to the homie David, man. Shout out to you. But yeah, AJ Martinez, he hit us up on the voicemail, dog. I was like, yo, I got to hear AJ for the first. I was like, yo, this is what AJ said. I was like, yo, shout out. He actually.
Was his voice as expected? Or
No. In fact, he was way more like put together, like concise, reserved vibe than like when you see how he comments.
Maybe he's just not good with phones and technology.
I don't.
Maybe I was low key surprised. Of his messages.
I was like, yo, he was like kind of chill. Like, all right, let me. So yeah, that's definitely gonna make the website, obviously arthurmoats.com. But yeah, we're gonna get that uploaded, man, soon. But yeah, man, it just made me think. I was like, yo, we gotta get AJ's up there because AJ definitely hit us up, man, showing love and stuff like that, man. But salute to every one of y'all that do rock with the show and does show their support, whether it is on social media, through the email, moatswinners@gmail.com, the website, or even, like I said, on some of these shows, man, I go back and look at some of the comments, man, from what we upload, and they're like, yo, man, I rock with you. I peeped Deke on this joint, but, man, we came over here, man, because of that. So it's like we're across the board, man. Salute y'all, man.
We definitely have a really good community here.
No, dude. Like they kind of ratchet, but the majority of it's like, yo, we still, like, are positive as a group, though, and that's what I like. We just kind of crazy, but we good crazy.
Yeah, like right now, I'm seeing a bunch of familiar usernames, faces, all that in the chat. It's what makes the show. You guys make the show.
Come on,
we wouldn't
be
doing this without you guys, right?
Nah, that's big facts, man.
Not to get all sentimental or anything.
I was to say, come on, D. We ain't getting soft on today. Brady just had his roast last night. I'm in the zone, bro. All right.
Did you actually watch it?
I did not. I just saw enough of the clips. I'm like, Brady, why did you sign up for that? Yikes, man. I mean, like, it was funny, but I'm just like, Brady, you those people don't deserve to talk to you like that. They don't get that right, Brady. Bump that, bro. It was so many people taking some shots. I'm like, Brady, don't let him talk to you like that. Don't even let him joke. Don't even let her joke like that.
Did you see, of all the comments, it was the one about Robert Kraft that
he
Brady
got up for.
He got up out of his seat and said, like, hey, no more of that.
Hey, done. I was like,
I wonder if Brady was joking about saying, don't say that shit anymore. But I don't think he was.
I don't think because he whispered it in his ear, and I don't think he thought the mic was going to catch it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because that's what I'm like, if it was for the thing, like, I think we would have got a little bit more from him, or at least like a play into it a little bit more.
Right. He should have like faked a Will Smith.
Yeah.
That would have been funny. Like if he was actually in on the joke.
Yeah, but it looked like he was legit, like in the moment, like, hey bro, y'all laughing at my mans, like y'all gotta chill.
He's gotta view Kraft as like a dad or like a
dad
grandpa.
Yeah.
So that's why he's probably just like, yeah,
everybody
that's
got that
off
one.
limits.
Yeah,
right.
You got one of them people in your lives, you like, bro, look, you might joke on him. I might joke on this guy, but you don't get to say that. Nah, not you. And that's how, like I said, it was a couple of the ones that was taking some shots at Brady and his relationships. I'm just like, hey, y'all play it over there. Like, don't act like because this is the roast that you could just get this free pass. You just talking all reckless over there, bro. Like, y'all ain't earned that right. Y'all not Brady. Brady can come up here and say this. Y'all can't say this type of stuff, bro. Yeah. But it was dope, though. Shout out to comedy, though, I suppose, man, because that did give me, like, the OG type comedy vibe, where it's like you could just say kind of whatever. Nothing was off limits, whereas we know of lately, like the past 5 to 10 years, it's like, bro, you get canceled if you even laugh at the wrong joke, let alone say some of the stuff that was being said. So, like I said, at least in that context, I was like, all right, let me find out. We might be turning a corner a little bit and getting just a little bit back to some normalcy, man. But, you know, it was a vibe, though, man.
He said it was 3 hours.
3 hours?
Yeah. That's why I don't have any desire to really see it.
I'm not watching 3 hours worth of him being roasted. I saw
the clips, but everyone's saying like you got to watch it. It was so good and everything. I'm like, I seen the clips.
Hours?
Like, does it get much better than these clips? Probably not. So why do I gotta go see the?
They was taking shots at every time
2
I see a
hours
new
and
clip,
45
though,
other minutes of it.
It's a new clip every. I've seen one where they was getting at Kim K. One where they getting at a lot of getting at Brady. I seen some Hernandez. I seen some Gronks. I seen some Bills. I seen like, bro, they was shooting. I was like, yo, y'all really in here cutting up today? Like, yeah, that's what kind of caught me off guard, bro.
See, Tom Jade is saying, Deke, it's worth it.
All right.
3 hours.
That's a long.
Debo
That's a long
says it's
commitment.
better than the clips.
Serious.
Yeah. That's a big time commitment for me. I can't even watch Friday. I can't even watch Coming to America. Those are what, probably less than 2 hour movies?
They definitely.
And
you're hour
telling
90.
me to watch
hour
this
30 tops, man.
Tom Brady roast. It's 3 hours, and I already seen some of the clips of it. I'm like,
That's
I
a
don't
lot,
know if
bro.
I'm ever getting to that.
I already know how it's gonna happen for me. It's gonna be one of these situations where wifey done went to sleep a little early, and I can't sleep. And I done researched it. You know what? I'm gonna hit him with the. I think I'm ready to roll with it now, man. Yeah. But that roast was pretty crazy, bro. Like I said, all of the highlights I saw, nothing left me feeling underwhelmed. And I like that part. If you're gonna do a roast and you're gonna get like crazy with it, don't let me be looking at any of these jokes like, dang, bro, that's it. Like all them roast jokes, I was really like, yo, I can see Brady. Yep, if Brady would have said anything back, I understand it. And he would have been well within his rights because it's Brady. And y'all don't get to talk to Brady like that. That's the GOAT, man. Stop playing.
Did he admit to it, Deflategate?
No, but I like what he said though. I perfectly got what he was saying, man. Cause I'm with him. I'm like, shoot, man, for $20 million, you ain't have to waste that on that. You could have gave me the 20 and we could have came to the exact same conclusion. Cause we all came to the same conclusion. It's like, yo, you could have just gave me that 20 if you was gonna spend all this to do this though. That's how I took it. I'm with him though. Give me the 20, man. How'd you look at it? You probably took it literally, huh?
I can see it either way.
Yeah.
It's something.
Yeah.
More evidence for it. Helps the case for it.
It definitely doesn't hurt the case. I tell you that. Definitely doesn't hurt the case, man.
But yeah, I also get the other side of it. It's just like I would have said anything if you just gave me $20 million.
That's what I'm like.
I would have said, hell yeah, I did it. Just give me the $20 million, the 4-game suspension.
He was gonna get suspended either way. Cause I'm like, you technically, what did you get suspended for? Like, we still came to the same conclusion of, all right, we don't know who exactly did it. We just know that you were around it. You played quarterback. The equipment staff people got fired, and here we are. But we like, dang, bro, it is what it is, though, man. But yeah, it was fried on, man. They was definitely fried on. I like it though.
What else is good with you,
man? Shoot, let me think. What else we got going on, man? Like I said, ton of new music, man. And I like the fact that when I was talking about the Kendrick and Drake beef, I was like, I hope it stays just friendly. It stayed pretty friendly-ish. It's all internet. It was all verbal, and it was clean. And I think we're to the end of it now. But I like what I saw, man. I thought
I heard Drake's he's embarrassed himself at this point.
So think of it like this. I personally think that both artists stood up and did what they're supposed to do. I thought that the matchup played out pretty dope. Drake showed that, you know what, he can fight back. Now, was it a winning effort in the fight? Me personally, I don't think he won, but I thought that he fought back and it was way more respectable than how it ended with Pusha T. The way it ended with Pusha T was like, bro, he cut your head off and you ran away tuck and tail. This one, we got multiple tracks, and then even at the end, he's like, yo, he gave you his final joint, and we're like, yo, you could have just ducked off because Kendrick, he kind of went crazy on the day before Cinco Day, on the 3rd. Yeah, he dropped like 4 tracks all in this. It was like, yo, oh my God. And he started like, we was partying. He was giving us all different genres of diss tracks towards us, man. which is what they say Drake could do, right? He's the hit maker. He could do pop, hard rap, all this other stuff. So Kendrick kind of gave him all of that all in the same day. And it was like, yeah, this is kind of done. I don't know if you've seen them drinks where they like say, OVO, he's a freaky 69. Man, I've been seeing these dang old beebs. It gives like everyone
Yeah, I was
now,
gonna say,
bro.
From the looks of it, from
Yeah,
the
bro.
outside, it looked like Kendrick
he dropped the
ended
bang
it,
order, bro.
and
Yeah.
then Drake just made it worse and embarrassed himself.
I say this was him conceding. It wasn't I'm on the way. It wasn't like I done took the L. It's kind of like if you're playing chess or you're in the middle, you're just like, bro, all right, we just gonna concede. You get this. It's done.
But
You
wouldn't that have been him not doing a comeback at
Me
all?
personally, no, because he's already had a no comeback before versus Pusha T. And that's where it was like, dang, bro, it can't be every time somebody done punch you in your face, now you kind of duck off. Because that's kind of what took the allure away from him that first time. Whereas this, it was like, bro, we know Kendrick is nice. We ain't know Kendrick was going to go as far as he did either. And it was like, all right, shout out to you, Kendrick. We see what you got as well. Shout out to you. But for Drake, it was like, bro, like, I respect it, bro. Like, I definitely, because a lot of people criticize, like, they ain't think he would even fight back or even give you something. And I'm like, bro, Drake has some, hey, I got me a nice little 10-track EP, LP between the two of them this weekend, bro. I'm just creating my own little playlist. I call it Drake and Kendrick. Or maybe I should put Kendrick first, and I think he wants to be like K. Dot and Drake. Yeah, that's my little playlist. It's back to back to back, bro. It's got me set now, man. But yeah, bro, it was funny, man. It is still funny because it's like now everybody got the aftermath of, oh, was this real or was that real? And all right, is this damage control or was that real? But if this real, then that looks crazy. So it's just a lot of that going on right now. But as a whole, I feel like as a fan of just both of them, I feel like, man, we won, bro. Shout out to the fans, man.
President Nitty thinks Cole made the right decision.
Oh, facts.
When it's all said and done, like him ducking out and
shout out to Cole.
Getting away from it. Maybe that was the best call.
Absolutely. It was a lot of pedophiles thrown around. It was some woman beaters thrown around. It was a lot getting thrown around, bro. Yeah. Sometimes, like, you know what? I could understand what Cole felt when I got up Sunday morning. And I was like, you know what? I ain't got to worry about nothing today. I'm just going to enjoy music and I'm vibing. That's probably how J. Cole feels right now. He ain't got no beef with nobody. He ain't got to worry about, did he might have take that personal? Or was this cool that I said that? Or is he going to actually take this personal? What about that other guy? Is that guy going to take it? Because he shot. Kendrick shot at pretty much the whole crew. Yeah. So you like, all right, as long as everybody take it as his words and as that, everybody's good. But if not, we might not be good. But now it's up in there. But either way, that was a vibe, though, man. Salute both artists, though, man. But shout out to J. Cole. Yeah, I'm definitely with you. I was like, Cole, excellent decision, bro. Stay out that beef, man. Yeah, because clearly Kendrick has something that he does not like about Drake. And all of that came to a head this weekend, bro. Yeah.
What else is good?
Man, other than that, let's see. Some wide receivers been moving this weekend as well, man. It was some wide receivers that got moved around. So, of course, you know we got to talk.
Well, the one I'm kind of amused about.
It's one that I will say some people are very happy about. That's all I'm going to say. All right. I will even say the shout out to said player because there was a huge uptick in activity, engagement, and subscriber numbers.
Oh, my.
So shout out to my new favorite wide receiver this offseason, Deke. I got a text message. It was like, bro, did you see what was going on that chat? I was like, nah, what happened? I looked, I was like, Claypool? You did. Shout out to Claypool, bro. Shout out to Claypool, bro. Shout out to him, bro.
Was that the biggest numbers you did on that chat?
Hey, listen.
Wow.
Listen. I can't make this up, bro. I was just like, yo, did you ever woke up like, yo, is this like an ad? I'm like, yo, did somebody put some money behind this vid? Like, am
really?
I missing? I swear. I was like, yo, am I missing for that channel? Yeah, bro. Yeah.
Claypool.
For that same thing I said.
So your reaction to Claypool signing with the Bills?
Listen, the same thing I said, bro. I dropped the
It got people from here over to that channel.
I thought it was just that. No, it's a whole, it was people on the Bills like, yo, I didn't even know Moats had the Bills channel out here, bro. This is fire. And it was like, yo, I'm a Bills fan. My sister a Steelers fan. So it's like, I got best of both worlds with you now. I was like, yo, I had no clue, bro. No clue. Shout out to Claypool. I had zero clue, though, bro.
That guy might be your favorite fan out there, huh?
Hey, look,
your favorite subscriber out there.
Look. When he said it brought a big smile to my face. All right, that's all I was saying. I was like, you know what?
You could relate to him.
I was like, I kind of like your energy right here. All right, yeah. You're great for the brand right here. You understand it. You get it. Don't put feet to fire. Don't ask too many questions. Just accept it for what it is, baby. And he was ready to accept it. So I was like, you know what? This is good, man. But yeah, bro, it was definitely, I was like, yo, shout out to Claypool. I was not expecting that in the least bit. So extra pleasant surprise. So yeah, we definitely gonna tap in about that. But obviously the, ripple effect of that is,
Yeah, Steelers obviously weren't interested in bringing him back, but there were other
But there was
receivers out in
definitely some
free
other
agency
guys.
we could have been interested in that
Definitely
aren't available anymore, unfortunately.
Yeah, so like I said, man, we definitely have to tap in and talk about those guys. And also, man, a little bit, just recapping on the Najee situation as well, man. No fifth-year option. What could that potentially mean, or what does that mean for Jaylen Warren? We actually, I was like, yo, we talked about everything but that,
Yeah.
when the news broke. Granted, we were doing phone lines and stuff like that.
Yeah, it was right at the end of the show on Thursday.
Yep, so I was like, man, well, obviously, spend some time talking about that, react to that a little bit better this time as well, man. So, yeah, man, but other than that, though, bro, everything's vibed out, man. Yeah, can't complain right now, man. Can't complain. Weather's finally breaking for the boy.
Yeah.
So I like it, man.
It's
Everything good out your way, man? Anything?
I'd say so. Deke thought. Pirates.
They won? I saw them get a dub.
They've been doing all right.
I saw them get a little
but they
dub
need to
this
call up
weekend.
Paul Skeens. It's time.
Skeens? Okay.
Yeah, it's time to call up Paul Skeens.
All right. Now, why that?
He's
I
unbelievable
saw
in
somebody else
AAA.
was struggling right now, too, for us. I saw we won, but I thought I saw somebody was struggling.
The whole
for
team's
us.
still struggling. They still can't do
It was
anything
really
on
somebody,
offense.
I was talking to. Yeah, it was somebody I was talking to specifically about their hitting. It wasn't you. It was Saturday. Oh, I wish I remember who it was. But yeah.
It's basically the whole lineup.
Yeah.
But yeah, he needs to get called up. He's just so dominant down in AAA. And I guess the reason I'm saying that is because it seems like to be an actual legitimate conversation now that, it could be this week, it could be next week. Just do it and get it over with. Like there's nothing to be waiting for. The dude had, last time I checked, I know he had another start recently, but he had a .39 ERA in AAA. Like what are we waiting for? Get him up to the pros. Like we obviously can see that he can dominate in AAA. Let him level up.
I'm down for it.
As long as it makes sense from a business standpoint, and that's what I'm assuming. It makes sense at this point from a business standpoint because there's legitimate conversations about calling him up now. Because there's something about when you call them up, I think depending on the timing, they get an extra year on their contract. Or you short yourself potentially an extra year if you call them up too early. I don't know. Yeah. But I think it seems like now's the right time and do it sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
We're still around the 500 mark. I think we're 3 games under 500. Call this dude up. We got Jones, who's another young stud. You got Keller out there. We could have a pretty decent pitching staff. But at the same time, these bats need to start cooking because we could have a good pitching staff and let up a few runs a game. If we're only getting one run, it's not going to matter.
Yeah, because I think it was Friday they won 1-0.
Yeah, the bats are terrible. And that's what was so good the first 2 or 3 weeks of the season. But the pitching was also pretty solid.
Yeah.
The bullpen was so-so. We had a couple blown saves and everything. But the bats were really carrying us for the most part. Now the bats are the coldest bats in the league, I'd say, right now. It's unbelievable.
So, man, we're going to find out, though, bro. We're going to find out. I know they got the Angels in town today to start their series. So, hopefully, man, they get something good happening today, man. They'll rise to the occasion.
Yeah.
Because the Angels got some people. They got some people. Yeah. All right, then, man. Shout out to the Deke Thought. Shout out to the Pirates, man. One time for the culture. If you know, you know. All right, so with that being the case, man, let's go ahead and start the show like how we always do. Go ahead and drop it in the comment section where you are tuning in from, and that way we'll give you those big boy shout outs to start today's show. And of course, don't forget to hit that like button one time for the culture and subscribe if you are new to the channel.
Leah Warren, first one, tuning in from the 254. Rod Dulles, 330, Youngstown, Ohio, Southside, baby.
Shout out Southside. Now, Rod, did you move? I need to know, did he move, bro?
He must have.
Because he hasn't shouted out Share a Line in felt like a year now, man. Yeah. So we want some info. Let us know, Rod. Let us know.
Skeeter Jones, 310, Southwood.
Shout out.
Brandon Clark, 540, Roanoke, Virginia.
Roanoke. What up, Brandon? Let's get it.
President Nitty, 614 to the 419. Mike Hood, also the 614 via Cocoa Beach, Florida.
Cocoa Beach. Mm-hmm.
The Don Hefe Kwan, from the 323 Watts, California.
Shout out to the Hefe one time for the culture.
Samoan Sky from the 619 and still at work.
Punching that clock. I like it. The more you could do. Yes, indeed.
Yeah, you got to get that money.
Got to, man.
You got to live out here.
Come on, man.
Hannibal 090 checking in from the 770 Atlanta.
Shout out. Absolutely. ATL in the building.
Real Deal RC 757 Norfolk, Virginia.
The Crib.
J-Dub, the 614.
Shout out to the 614.
Booyah from the 651 STP,
What
Minnesota.
up, Booyah? What up?
Sergio Perez from the 915 El Paso, Texas.
El Paso, baby. Yes, sir.
And I'll say a few more. Cameron Easter from Cape Coral, Florida.
Shout out to Cape
239.
Coral. Hey, let me tap in real quick, man. Shout out to Cape Coral, man. I see the homie Nick Bitt in the building tapping in from the 401 Rhode Island, and he simply asks Indica or Sativa. Big Indica, if you know, you know. Let's see. After that, we got the homie Sean Mays in the 502 Louisville. Oh man, yeah, he's saying that yeah, Drake then got pretty bad. Man, I can understand it, man. It wasn't the best outcome for the boy, but I loved his fight. Deke, it was kind of like watching a Rocky movie, man. You wouldn't know anything about it. It was like, but hey, you tried your best, man. It just didn't end like, it was like Rocky 1, except it wasn't, that type of happy ending. It was more of, the boy took care of business. All right, shout out to Katie. Shout out to K-Dot, man. Kung Fu Kenny, that's what they call it. Kung Fu Kenny. Whew, it was a lot going on, man. MNL Finance 410 in the 410 Baltimore Zone 6-13. Yes, indeed. And shout out to Angel Reeves, B Moore's finest, having her NBA or WNBA preseason debut, getting buckets out there, and boys liked it. And the homie Ton Jade out ended with you in the 707 Solano County, California, baby. Respect. Shout out to you. All right. So, lifted was 916 in the crib BBL Drizzy. yeah, it was a lot going on this weekend, bro. There's a lot going on. Shout out to Drake, though. Shout out to Metro. Shout out to Dot. Yeah, it was a lot. Saying that man got a whole BBL situation going on with his abs. They saying, yeah, it was whole. I was like, bro, y'all are out of control, man. Yeah. They like, yo, he's on Ozempic, taking the weight loss pills. Yeah. I was just like, bro, y'all, I got a lot of time on your hands. I love it, man. Love it. But it was a vibe, though, bro. So, yeah.
Hit these supers.
Yes, indeed, man.
Tito Good Vibes. Gift from Moats membership to Michael Mathias.
Shout out to Tito, Rockstar at Life, and Michael Mathias. Welcome to the upper room. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Let's go, UW. Some Moats. Since Parsons couldn't,
could
you or James Harrison beat a sumo wrestler?
I already peeped that. Hey, look, let's talk about this, all right? Did you see the video?
I did.
Bro, that's a whole sumo wrestler, bro. CJ Stroud was there, too, if I remember correctly, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But Parsons, it was a whole sumo wrestler. Yeah, man, it went exactly how we thought it should go, man. Parsons is an animal. Sumo wrestling, them sumo wrestlers is different, bro. Yeah. I watched Street Fighter. I remember E Honda. All right, you ain't beating no sumo in the sumo ring, man. Absolutely not. And
why aren't we signing one of these dudes to go to the offensive line?
Well, I was gonna bring up,
and they'd probably be a free roster spot with the international
rules. I was like, I was actually a part of. I had one of my teammates when I got drafted. We had the first Chinese-born player to ever be drafted in the NFL, Ed Wang. He was a tackle out of Virginia Tech when we got drafted to the Buffalo Bills. I think they was kind of thinking similar things. Did not actually work out like that. But what I will say is this, though, man. If they could do what they was doing in that video, yeah. I just don't know, like, what it look like in space. You know what I mean? We got to put the pads on it. It's like actual, like, football. But
right.
There are a lot of similarities, though, bro. A ton of similarities. Yeah. I mean, it was crazy because you never see Parsons get, like, hands put on him. It was like, oh, there's nothing you're doing with that, bro. But,
did he get him one time?
I don't remember seeing it. I thought he got whooped. I remember seeing him get whooped.
I feel like they tried again. Why do I think he actually was able to move the sumo wrestler kind of to the other side of the room? Maybe the sumo wrestler gave up or something. Cause
I just remember seeing the
maybe
first
it was like
clip.
after the whistle.
Yeah, because I seen that first clip and I was just like, yeah. but it's a sumo wrestler.
I could be wrong. I feel like I saw that, but I don't. Yeah, like I said, I don't know if it was like the sumo wrestler just kind of let Parsons have that.
Yeah,
just like,
hey, look, check his face. Was he smirking when it happened? That's what we might need to see.
because Parsons was like running around the room like he won the lottery. Just being able to move the sumo wrestler a little bit.
It's like, bro, the sumo dudes is different, bro. Yeah.
All right, yeah, Mike Marion, he
got him
what I said. He said, yeah, he got him the second time.
All right. Ooh, Mr. Lamborghini leg lock says sumo wrestlers get gassed after about 10 seconds.
Okay, maybe that's why Parsons.
I could understand that then. Maybe it's no cardio. Yeah, I could definitely understand that, man. And Gibby Gibson says the sumo wrestler didn't really give up. Maybe just lightened up a touch though on the second one. Respect.
Okay.
Yeah, respect. Yeah. I'm good on trying any sumo wrestler. In fact, we're gonna revisit something that we talked about last week when people were talking about how I was a little person when I stood next to Troy Fautanu, right? So we obviously, it was like I waited a week, dropped the pictures from last weekend's draft. Bro, I put up there the pic next to me and Cam, me and Troy, me and the young guys. I seen somebody say, yo, Moats got to be 5'8", 170 pounds standing next to Troy. I was just like, yo, why are y'all being like this, bro? Like, I'm a whole grown adult. It's like 5'8" bucks. That's like Calvin Austin, bro. Like, yeah. It was like, you talk about Roman Wilson, man. He about your size. I'm like, whoa, easy, killer. Easy, all right? The disrespect has got to chill. Yeah. But they really was on that, bro. I was like, yo, I'm a big, Deke see me, bro. I'm a big person. I'm not no little guy. It's just those are really, really large humans, man. Yeah. Cam is a big man. Troy's a big man. And when you stand me next to them at this stage, yeah, it does look rather. But yeah, I was like, I don't like that energy. All right, so y'all got to stop playing.
I think if anything, it should be a testament to you being in the league for as long as you
That's what I'm saying.
You must know a thing or two.
Bro, but him with a $180, 170, and it really stood out because he really put 170. I'm like, bro, you really like took time to just 5'8", 170. Like, God, dog, bro. Like, no respect. Just, I'm a little guy, huh? Yeah, bro. 5'8", 170. That's a slot receiver. I ain't even outside. That's not even a zero app. Let me at least be, 6 foot, 6'1". I get that. 5'8", little slot receiver, little scat jitterbug dude, man. The disrespect. So yeah. But now that I got that off my chest, I feel better now, bro.
I mean, that would be insane if you were 5'8", 170 and make it in the league for 9 years as an edge rusher. That'd be pretty insane.
But I'm like, bro, it's nothing about me that looks 5'8", 170 though, Deke. Not about me look about 5'8", 170, man. Nothing. I'm like, how do you get that from that?
Troy and Cam, though.
Shit. And they had the nerve to put Troy at 6'3". That's why I was like, yeah, he's not 6'3", bro. Don't put him at 6'3". He's definitely 6'4". Yeah, I can definitely attest to that. He definitely chest that. Yeah. But all good though, man. All good.
AJ Martinez gifted a Moats membership to James Moody.
Shout out to AJ Rockstar at Life and James Moody. Welcome to the upper room. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Fish Momentum, congrats to my twin brother, Michael Regis Myers, on graduating from Geneva College.
Yes, indeed.
Moats was first on that, though.
Yes, indeed. Come on, man. You know I was going to have to get the shout-outs popping the Fish Momentum, man. Come on, man.
Moats did his best AB impression.
Come on, man. I tried.
CTSPN.
What they say? Generational run. I think that's what they say. Generational run.
Happy 30th B-Day to me and him. Hashtag Mr. J. Myers Jr. Hashtag 057-1994.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Jacob Ramirez, other Jacob, getting some green chili ready to cook.
Fire.
Let's have a good show and a good week. What's your guess for the first game of the season?
Ooh, good call. Because that's about to come out. What's that, next week?
No, it's this week.
I'm about to say, yeah.
It's coming up. I think it's Thursday.
They about to drop that. Ooh. Who you like out the gate? Give me Denver out the gate. Denver in prime time out the gate, bro.
And based off CTSPN reports, it is going to be Denver.
Oh, that's what he said?
Yeah, he initially said it was going to be Steelers-Ravens Sunday Night Football. But then he said he took a call from someone and things got updated. It's going to be Denver.
Yeah, because I could definitely see that.
Russ Wilson storyline.
Yeah, I could definitely see that, bro.
I feel like it's got to be Denver.
And in prime time, and not the second prime. I don't want that stink. The 10:30 start. I want the 8:00, 8:30. The main prime. You know,
either Sunday night or the Monday night.
Because you know
at
that
8.
first week one, they'll have like 3 of them Monday nights, 3 of them Sunday nights. He's like, bro, I don't want to be up at 10:30 at the kickoff.
No, they
bro.
can't
like,
do that with us being East Coast.
Like that.
No,
Yeah,
they can't do that.
Yeah.
I think it would be at home.
Yeah.
If it
Because
was-
everybody say they're supposed to come to us. We don't go to them.
yeah, if it was
So,
at
yeah.
Denver, maybe the later game would
Yeah.
make sense. But
Yeah.
yeah, if it's here, East Coast, it's got to be the 8
And
o'clock.
I was like, don't put us on that late one, bro, because
Oh,
I know y'all
man,
gotta have multiples play it, bro.
I think
they
you
gonna
got to
do
do
it, bro.
that. You have to do that
It's
for
a
the opening weekend.
no-brainer. And the only way I could see it being different was if Justin Fields were to win out, but at that point it's too late.
Yeah, you're
you
not
already
gonna
have to
know.
decide on it. Yeah. So as it stands today, you got to make the assumption that it is Russ.
Yeah, that's
I
my
like it.
prediction.
Saying, yeah, I like it.
Why waste the Steelers Ravens on the first weekend?
And you got to get it before anything goes wrong in Denver or even here, right? It's like, while both, guys are in terms of Russ and Denver, optimism at its highest. If you're Denver, whichever quarterback you're rolling out, whether it's Bo Nix or Zach Wilson, this is going to be where the optimism is the most high before you can see anything negative. Same is going to be the case for us. Nah, it makes perfect sense. The storyline's already there, and you got Sean Payton versus Mike T. Who do you think is the better coach? Because that used to be a little argument people would try to bring up against Coach T. Oh man, Sean Payton. You ever see him? I think I take Sean Payton over him.
Yeah, that's another good little storyline though, for sure.
Yeah.
And if we could get Cortland Sutton over here, that doesn't hurt. Maybe sign Justin Simmons.
Ooh, come on, man. Come on now.
But yeah, the main one is Russ
Yeah.
going up against Denver and Sean Payton.
Absolutely. And because of how Peyton was talking about Russ, too, on the way out of this thing, Russ still getting paid by Denver. Imagine Russ come out there and drop 400 on them heads. 400 with a 35-plus outing, points scored. And then he hits him with the God's good, Mr. Unlimited, man. I just wish nothing but the best for Sean Payton, Denver Broncos, man. It's great organization, man. Never love for those guys over there, bro. I got a lot of brothers over there, but you know what? Love Pittsburgh. And that's what we want to hit him with. Just hit him with the cool kindness. You know how Russ going to hit him with. He ain't going to talk bad about him.
It's all about the now. It's all about the hearing what we're doing.
It's going to
now.
be super positive, super polite,
focused
and it's
on
going to make you so
future here in
irritated.
Pittsburgh.
It's going to make you so irritated. He's like, I'm just focused on just mentally being in the right place, man. Just, never get too high, never get too low. And this is where we are right now. Like, yeah. And Sean Payton's going to be livid, and I love it.
That's what I need.
Absolutely, bro.
Steelers Denver week 1.
Come on, man.
Yeah, make it the night game.
Come on, bro.
Give us the Sunday night game.
I want it dark. I want it dark, bro.
Absolutely.
It's got to be dark. You know this.
Yeah, they screwed us last year, giving us the 1 o'clock. Steelers 49ers.
That was
Probably
super
worked out
lame.
better, though. So
Why did it work out?
everyone across this beautiful country didn't get to see that smackdown that we took. Probably worked out better just
under
being
the
a 1
radar.
o'clock. Yeah.
It's just straight under the radar game. Everybody kind of forgot about it. We were good. Yeah.
The Steelers 49ers. I remember we talked about it. Going into week 1, that was one of the top 4 or 5 matchups.
It was, bro. Facts.
It really
definitely
was.
My dog said, yeah, it kind of worked out. Everybody
worked
gets
out.
to see this way,
Yeah.
Sometimes it's better that way, bro.
Yeah, it was bad.
Sometimes better that way.
Sean McCartney, if you can't take a joke, don't do a roast.
No, that's big facts as well. And that's the part where I was saying, man, like, you have to know what you are signing up for, and you got to know the platform. That wasn't on no local network. That wasn't at, like some super duper charity function. That's a Netflix special, bro. That means they got the green light to headshot you for however long they need to headshot you, all for the sake of, it's Netflix, baby.
So was that live on Netflix?
I think it was,
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
because Netflix is starting to do more live content. They're actually going to
Oh,
pick
wow.
up wrestling, like WWE, like how usually on like local channels. Well, now they're on Peacock, but Netflix is actually picking them up and will host all of their like Monday nights, Thursdays, Fridays, anytime they're wrestling. It's going to be on Netflix Live starting 2025, man.
Okay.
So yeah, they Netflix stepping their game up, bro. They keep bumping everybody rates up. Hey, it's $10 now, and it was $19. Next gonna be $25, bro. I remember when it was $9 to get a day on Netflix, bro.
Yeah, I'm probably going to have to cancel my subscription for that coming up.
Yeah,
the only reason I got it is
keep
for
bumping it.
Seinfeld. I
Shout
don't
out to
really.
Seinfeld.
Although some
got
of these
some
sports
heat, bro.
documentaries are good. That Johnny Manziel one was awesome.
Netflix
The
got some heat, bro.
quarterback series last year. I think they're doing the receiver
That's
one
what I'm
coming
saying.
out. I
Netflix
do
got
want to
some
watch
heat, bro.
that. I want to watch that receiver one because they got some names.
Netflix got heat,
Is
bro.
it Jefferson?
I think
Jefferson's one of them.
Netflix got heat though,
They got
bro.
like 4 or 5 good receivers on that.
For me, man, any of them sports documentaries, all your Last Chance U type stuff, bro. Like it's always cool to follow and look back at some of those dudes that actually have made it to the league, man. Yeah, they got all type of stuff going on, man.
President Nitty.
Freaky it's not bring it's Hey, bro, I'm so upset with my wife too, man, because I had missed it. Right, I wasn't on social media when the meme started popping off from the song. I just caught the song on YouTube and I just listened to it that way, right? Wifey sent me the daggone clip with all these people getting just fried up to this daggone song through like shade with one of the little gossip sites, bro. And it's been stuck in my head since yesterday as we walk around the house. It's like, oh. And it's like, it goes with every dance you see. Like, you just put a person up here doing a country line dance. They'll put this daggone song on with it. And it's like, oh, it just goes perfect. Then you'll see like a Caucasian couple just dancing, doing some like.
Is this part of the beef or is this separate?
Well, this is what's made the beef go even bigger because they took the song and now the song has taken over like the internet with it. So now instead of it just being a diss track, now it's like a diss track dance anthem TikTok type vibe. So it just keeps getting more spins on it. But every time you doing this dance, you sing it to the part where he's taking shots at Drake the whole time. So it's like the dual facet, kind of like what Drake did with Back to Back. You know, like that was his whole thing. Gonna make a dance anthem on you while we beefing. So Kendrick basically did that. And yeah, them lines right there, them like the hits, bro. Try to strike a chord and it's probably A minor. And you're like, oh, yeah.
And he also says hi.
Hi.
What's good, bro?
What's the word? What's the word, bro? I guess there was a lot going on, Deke. They dropped a lot of content this weekend, bro. A lot of content.
Michael G. has joined the upper room.
Shout out to Michael G. And welcome to the upper room. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I'm not laughing. I'm laughing at Rod Dollar, though. My man said Miss Mo started crip walking when she heard that. Hey, look, you already know her Cali came out. She was hyped. All right. Yeah, she big California, big Bay Area, big San Fran. So yeah, this is like all up her alley. She's like, oh, you see him do the speed? You see him do it? I'm like, yeah, man, I got you, bro. I peeped that. Shout out. I rock with Kendrick though, man. I got the same way I got dual team citizenship. I got dual state citizenship too, bro. I'm part Californian as well. I claim that. When you married to a Californian, you know what I'm saying? It's like I count for something. Yeah. It's like.
Mike Hood, what's up, Moats and Deke?
What's
Took
the word?
wife to Cocoa Beach for the rocket launch, and there was a surprise launch from SpaceX too. What up, Steeler fam?
Bro, that is fire. Low key, I've actually watched some of those. I want to know if we might watch the same what, because you could watch the launching on YouTube. They'll have them like on live, or you can watch like the reruns of them. It's actually pretty dope, man. Like they got like cool little like cars that ride with them, little dope little license plates like Jumpman 1 or Astronaut 1. Like it's all like these little cool little saying stuff. All I'm pulling up in Teslas too. But it's like a big ordeal, man. Yeah. Wow. I salute you on that, Mike Hood. Definitely something I think I want to check out as well, man. That is fire though.
Justin Weimer has joined the upper room.
Shout out to Justin Weimer and welcome to the upper room. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
AJ Martinez, 5'5" Diggler, thank you for the show. 7 respect for life.
Big facts on that, man. Big facts and always love with you, AJ. What's the word, man?
Let's go, UW. Hope to God we don't trade Najee.
Uh-oh.
I don't want the situation Dallas ran into with Pollard happening to Warren. Better have the combo than just one.
Well, shout out to Let's Go UW, man. That runs us right into the first topic that we wanted to talk about anyway. So hit that like button one time for the coach and don't forget to subscribe, all right? So, yeah, man, very interesting scenario, man. Obviously, with them not picking up the option, a lot of different things pop up. Does that mean that this is the end of the road for Najee in the sense of this the last year? Does this mean that, you know, he potentially might get moved via trade? Is it something that he might request? We kind of saw the Kenny Pickett scenario. Or is the team kind of wants to go in a different direction? Or is it that the team is looking at Jaylen Warren and they think that he is ready to take that next step, very similar to what you referenced with the Tony Pollard and Ezekiel Elliott situation in Dallas the past 2 years, where obviously we know Zeke was the former first rounder, got the second contract, but got to the point where Tony Pollard was being the more productive back. Now, some of that was due to Zeke's injuries, but they did make the move where they ended up franchise tagging Tony Pollard, then allowing Zeke to leave, and that's why Zeke was in New England with the Patriots last year. Turns out Pollard did not live up per se, to the RB1 solo standard. Hence the reason, why they were still making some moves this offseason. I think Derrick Henry at one point had talked about wanting to go to Dallas, but they ended up retrading back to Zeke, and now that's their current situation. So, yeah, man, it's a lot of avenues or a lot of different things with this. But I think the first thing, in terms of addressing the trade part of it, Deke, I also agree. I don't want us to trade Najee just because we didn't pick up his option. As long as the relationship is amicable and everybody is, still on the same page of, man, we're a team first. We'll get the business done when it's time to get it done, meaning extensions or us departing. But I feel like as long as Najee is still in a good place, bro, I don't want to trade him. I still think he brings a ton of value to this team this year for Arthur Smith and his offense and for Jaylen Warren as well in terms of taking on some of that heavy lifting. So to first address that, I would not want him traded. What about you, bro?
Agreed. Yeah, I'm not looking to trade him unless someone offered us something we couldn't refuse, which I don't think's happening because Najee's not like this hot commodity out there on the trade block and is amongst like trade rumors or anything right now. So yeah, unless he wants out via the Kenny Pickett route, we want volunteers, not hostages approach. Like, I want him here too. Like, dude still had 1,000 yards these last 3 seasons. I think it is a nice little 1-2 punch between him and Warren. Now, you could argue who the better running back is, but I think having Najee here, having Jaylen here, they help each other out. They each have a different style, and they've both been productive when given the rock. Now, I think Jaylen's been more efficient, obviously, but Najee getting those carries, particularly late in the season, I think it means something. I think not only does Najee get better, does our running game get better when it gets colder, but like I think it just helps out everyone involved.
Yeah.
Particularly like a Jaylen Warren. Like, because, Jaylen Warren taking, 25 carries, getting 30 touches a game. I think he could do just fine, but we haven't seen that fully just yet. So with us still having Najee on the roster for at least another year, like, why risk seeing what it would look like with Jaylen Warren getting all those carries and touches when you don't have to?
Yeah. Well, because the thing is, I see it that way as well, but I can also, in my mind, I play it a couple of ways, right? It's like, are the two of them better together? Yes. Do they complement each other? Yes. Can Jaylen give me, what I think I want for the majority of the season? Yes. Can Najee give me what I need and what I want specifically at the end of the season? Yes. At the same time, have I already seen Najee show that he can be the workload back that can take 20, 30 touches per game, take those hits week in and week out, and still be the same player? When we talk about Jaylen Warren, that is still a question. We've seen him make plays. We've seen him take hits. We haven't seen him take 20 to 30 touches per game and do it on a week-to-week basis over a 17-game span, and then turn around and do it the next year, and then turn around and do it the next year. Najee Harris, we have seen that, and Najee is one of the guys that you've heard me say doesn't avoid the big shot. So while he's taking these big shots, he's still been able to be durable. Whereas with Jaylen, we still haven't seen him take that shot just yet. And we know, you play this game long enough, you're going to get hit. We've seen El Bell take some shots. Wasn't a ton of them, but it's like, he got hit. And it's like with Jaylen, it's like, there are some concerns that, we know you put it on the ground before.
He usually delivers the shots.
He usually does.
Because honestly, I'm trying to
accelerates into it.
Yeah, I'm trying to envision a scenario where Jaylen Warren's taking a shot. It's hard for me to, just because of his playing style and how compact he is.
Hence the reason why we like his style more.
Yeah, and I think it would hold up.
More efficient, that's why, because he hasn't have to take them. But this is my only concern. It's a lot easier to be efficient. It's a lot easier to be the change of pace. It's a lot easier to avoid some of those shots when you're not the primary back. When you're the primary guy, it's just a different mindset. It's just a different set of exposure also. I look at it like the difference of a quarterback being a game manager, play action pass guy versus a put him in the gun and let him throw it 50 times and let's see what happens. that play action pass quarterback can still end with 250, 2 touchdowns, and look good, and it's protected. It's safe.
Yeah.
You put him back there in that gun and say, all right, have at it. And we're like, bro, this looks like totally different version. That's kind of how I look at Jaylen right now. Right now, he's more of the complement to Najee's being the main guy. We've seen Najee take his lumps, but Najee's consistently been able to handle that load. With Jaylen, that's just the question mark. And if you're the team, you're back and forth on it because everything that we've seen says he can do it. But then I look at just the physical, like the physics of it, and we're just saying Najee is 220, 230, at one time 240 pounds. Jaylen isn't that. So that's my part where I think of all the small backs, and I'm like, outside of McCaffrey, which are these smaller guys that, have been able to last 17 games as the primary back. Yeah. And that's where I'm looking at this list of, is it Austin Eckler, McCaffrey, Kamara, but he's been in and out lately. Josh Jacobs, but he's way bigger than Jaylen Warren. James Cook is bigger than Jaylen Warren. I'm like, Joe Mixon's bigger than him. Like all these other guys. So I'm just trying to find that.
Kyron Williams might be the closest comp.
Bring there.
Last year was his rookie year, right?
Out in LA.
Second year, I can't remember. But
I think it's second year out in LA though.
Yeah, he was a small, shifty back coming out of Notre Dame, and I think he made an All-Pro.
Yeah, and as a solo, because in Detroit they got the 2 back set up. Right. And that's the other part. So it was like not having that complimentary piece, just you being
back in the day. Maurice Jones-Drew would probably be a good comparison.
But he was way thicker, though.
Yeah, he was.
He was way thicker.
He was probably 20, 30 pounds bigger.
He was built like a fullback that could just run fast. Yeah, he had crazy feet.
We called Jaylen Warren a bowling ball.
Yeah, that was a bowling ball, bro.
Yeah, bowling ball XL. Yeah.
So that's the only thing, like I said, when I'm thinking of the difference of those two, and if I'm Omar and I'm having to decide if I'm going to make a move on Najee, it's not just me moving Najee and what can I get back for him. It's also what does this guy, is he capable of carrying not just what he does, but now that additional load. And that's the big part for me where I'm just kind of like, I don't want to find that out this year. I think we got a lot already in place. And I just feel like that would kind of expose us a little bit more than we would need to be right now.
Now, I would like to see Warren get more carries.
I do agree with that, yeah.
Than Najee. Like, we talk about it at least being 50%. Like, Warren getting like 60 or 65. Yeah,
it could be
70, still not 30. The end of the world, though, if it is 50-50 or Najee's getting 55, 60% versus Jaylen getting 45%. Mm-hmm. Still not the end of the world because it's not like Najee's Trent Richardson. At least he goes forward and does get us yards, but he doesn't give us that X factor that Jaylen Warren does. And that's, I mean, you see it every time on Sunday. Like there's legitimate reasons for like the first 2-3 months of last season. How long is the season anyway? It's 4 months. Dude, it was literally for probably at least first half of last season. First half, maybe even like 60-70% of last season. Like Jaylen Warren consistently looked like the better running back. It wasn't until the end of the year where I felt like each guy was carrying their own weight. Yeah. So the one side of it is Najee, at least he still is productive, but at some points last year, especially early on, especially in the first half of last season, it felt like Najee being out there was holding the offense back at points. Because it made us stagnant. Predictable. Yeah. He wasn't as electric as Jaylen was whenever he gets the ball. He wouldn't make dudes miss like Jaylen Warren. Yeah. But I guess the thing that's as good as time or whatever, I don't know. Whenever it does hit winter, Najee just gets better.
Yeah.
just I don't know what it is. And
No. What it is at the end of the season, this is why we always say, like, you want to be the more physical team because at the end of the year, your fast guys are not as fast anymore. You got the wear and tear of the season, the accumulation of the hits. And that's what we point to with Jaylen. It's like you're not worried about him in September or October, probably not even November. But when you put in those 3 months of if you're every single game, you're 20 to 30 touches, right? You're taking them shots, just the accumulation. Now in December, can I still get it when I need it? Now, when it's January and it's postseason running, you've been taking all these shots, all getting banged up all year, not you splitting carries with anybody. Can you still deliver in those moments? When we need you to put that foot in the ground, get north and the south, can you still do that? or is your body too beat up? And that legitimately happens a lot at this level, and that's the big reason why running backs don't have a long shelf life, because after 3 to 4 years of that constant pounding, they start to get beat up and it starts to wear on them, and that's when you see them lose that gear, right? The times where they used to make a guy miss and could take it to the distance early in their careers, when they get later on, they lose that. Them holes that they could jump through and go right now, they're a half second late, and that's the difference between it being a 20-yard gain and a 2-yard gain, or even a tackle for a loss. So that's the thing when we're talking about Jaylen. We only vision him in this role right now, and we're still just saying, can he? We're projecting it, but those are the other elements of the projection that we do got to take into account. And that's just the part where it's like, how do you decide when you want to take that chance?
My thing is, though, either way, if we had to trade Najee, I want to bring in another running back
like
to
him.
take a significant.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be just like him, but just anyone to take a decent workload off of Jaylen. Like I would want Jaylen to be the number one guy.
Yeah.
It almost would be the same exact scenario.
It
Like
would
I want
be. Yes.
maybe if Najee's not here, I'd want Jaylen to get the ball more. Maybe it'd be closer to 70%.
Yeah.
But I'd want another guy
Yeah.
to get carries, just because I think that's the nature of the NFL now.
They
And what you
last
should be
longer that
doing,
way.
and
It's
what is
better
a
for
smart
them.
way to go about your offense. Get a couple backs in there.
A lot of teams do that. Like I said, Buffalo has a first-round draft pick up there, and they still have multiple backs that they utilize.
But then the question is, who are you finding that's better than Najee? Who would be a clear upgrade over Najee?
Yeah.
I think that's a different story. I don't
would
know
agree.
if there are clear upgrades out there.
I would definitely agree.
Running backs are a dime a dozen, but Najee
He's
still got 1,000 yards these last
Right.
3 years. I think he is a good compliment.
Along with the
to
ball
Jaylen Warren.
security,
Yeah, the
along
ball
with
security.
the pass protection.
Yep.
Like he
Good pass
brings
catcher,
a
too.
lot of stuff. He's a good locker room dude. He's not a dude that you got to worry about in the streets on the weekend. Like he does all the things you want.
Right.
But it's just
It's just
nature
I
of the
want Jaylen
position.
Warren to get more
Yeah.
carries. That's really what it comes down to. And
Yeah.
I don't think that's a shot at Najee. I just say if it's 50-50 or if it's leaning more Najee, can we shift it more towards Jaylen? Now,
Yeah.
we'll get to see what Najee looks like this year in the Arthur Smith system, and apparently he's lost some weight. So maybe he could come out the gates and play better, and we're not really having this conversation.
Right.
But if Jaylen Warren again looks like the better running back, like don't be surprised if I'm going to be in here pounding on the
gonna
table,
ask
like,
you, yeah.
get Warren the ball more. Like, what are we doing?
Well, I wanted to ask you, if you're the Steelers, right? Is this decision solely because of Najee's style, or does some of this play into what you've seen from Jaylen Warren in terms of not picking up his option? Because I wonder if
It's gotta be.
Jaylen wasn't here,
It's got to
or
be.
we didn't have that type of production from a number 2 back, would any of us be sitting here saying, nah, man, don't pick up that option, bro. We could wait on that, or, man, we can go a different direction. I don't think that's the case. I do feel like because of Jaylen and because of the production, because of the efficiency, because of a lot of things that we both kind of talked about, that is also why if you're the Steelers, you're like, do I have to commit that type of money to him when I got this dude that is legit conversations? Is he the better back right now?
I think it's 100% the case, because if you don't have Jaylen Warren, then what do you have? Yeah, is McFarland still on the roster? You don't have guys that you're confident in.
Well, my man, Jaylen, was it Jaylen Samuel?
being
That was the other
300
one, right?
carry type of running
Yeah.
back. You're not feeling that confident about anyone else in house. Again, you can find running backs fairly easy, but there have been guys that have flopped too. Like you kind of have to go through the cycle to find the right one.
right
Like
way, yeah.
we went through Benny Snell, we went through. I mean, McFarland in a way, but he was just always injured.
Yeah.
Who else have we seen out there? Like Benny Snell, like the problem with him was ball security.
Yeah.
And that is the one thing with Najee Harris that he brings to the
Right.
table is ball security. Like that's something that Jaylen struggles
Benny
with.
had moments. It was
Benny
some
had
games where we
moments.
were like, yo, Benny's straight.
But, the word that you use all the time is consistency. That's
Yeah.
what a lot of these running backs have not been able to do, and that's something
And that's
Najee
what
has
Najee does.
proven. And there is value in that.
Yeah.
To what degree? Obviously not the Steelers picking up a fifth-year option degree.
Because that value is like offensive line, huh? It's like, yo, we like you, we need you, but we don't feel like we're going crazy over this style right now.
I do
bro.
think if Jaylen wasn't here, I think they would have picked up the fifth-year option because of all that consistency and all that proven stuff. It does mean something. It's just that we have another guy in house that might be better. It's not like it is McFarland and Cordell Patterson. Like, we don't really have another clear path.
Right.
So it's like, all right, let's pick up this dude. We got a little insurance policy at RB for these next 2 years. and then we could try to find someone via the draft or maybe trade. We'll see what Cordell Patterson does to like try to take some carries off Najee, or maybe be his eventual replacement if we can't come to terms for a long-year deal. Like we don't. If we didn't have any of that in house right now, then yeah, pick up the 5th-year option. But I think we do have a future replacement in here already in Jaylen Warren.
And I think even though contractually it was different scenario because James Conner wasn't a first-round draft pick, Najee Harris was a first-rounder. So for Najee, it's the 5th-year option. But for Conner, it was, would you sign him to an extension or anything? I think the difference also was Conner's availability was not the same.
Nope.
Conner had talent. Conner had numbers he would produce. But outside of that first year when he got the start, when L-Bell set out, we never saw him consistently be out there for 16, 17 games.
And he put the ball on the ground, too, on occasion.
That was definitely...
He felt like he let us down more than
he overachieved.
Overachieved. At least Najee... I don't think Najee, like, lets us down.
No.
He doesn't let us down. He just doesn't give us the greatest of wows.
He's a McDonald's #1. He's not anything where we're like, oh, my God, this is, like, the best meal ever, but it's super-duper consistent.
Yeah.
You're not going to go wrong with it, but it's not... Like you said, it's not gourmet. It's not, it's not Five Guys or In-N-Out or one of these other things. But it's like, yo, you can win a ton of games with that McDonald's, that Big Mac, man. You know how many times that Big Mac then came in the clutch for people, bro? It's like, yo, that's what he is. It works for what we have right now. And as long as, like you said, you got the right complementary pieces around it, it works. But is that enough to pay it when you got a Jaylen Warren who kind of gives you that gourmet feel? Jaylen Warren, he's like, yo, that's a burger too, but they seasoned that a little bit different over there. You know what I mean? It just might be a little White Castle or something. I don't know. It might be a little burgatory. It's a burger, but he just look a little different, bro. Yeah.
And the interesting part about us, one of the interesting parts about us not picking up this 5th-year option, is the potential extension we could do. Mm-hmm. But I've seen people bring it up in the chat, like, oh, do you think we'll try to have some extension talks with Najee? Mm-hmm. The fact that one of the reasons that came out about us declining the 5th-year option was that we want to see what Najee looks like in Arthur Smith's system. Like, I don't think
that don't sound good.
That means we're going to give him an extension. I feel like we want to wait and see what Najee looks like.
That doesn't sound good.
In 2024.
And if you do good, it could be used against you in the court of law. That's the unfortunate part. But I also think that he will do good, but I also feel like Jaylen Warren is going to do good. And if both backs do good, once again, now, how do I justify me wanting to spend more on the back that we're going to, 12 months from now, more than likely be either having the same debate about who we think is better, or we might even have a little bit more
age
clarity. Yeah, where we're like, yo, Jaylen did show once again he can take on that low. He did show once again. And now Najee's another year older with more hits. That's the part where it's like, if he doesn't get it on the front end, you ask yourself, are they really going to do that next year? Because what's the incentive come that time? Unless, like I said, we get new information with Jaylen Warren, he starts putting a ball on the ground or he's get bumped up, whatever, different conversation. But if everything stays as is, that's the part right now. I mean, it's a testament to Jaylen that Najee's in this position. Because I do feel like a lot of it is their strong feelings for Jaylen. Mm-hmm. And it's hard to fault them for that because we both in here say the same thing. Like, hey, bro.
I think it could.
Nice.
It would be the perfect scenario if we could just pay them both like $4 or $5 million. And that's your running back right there.
Yeah. For
the next, 2-3 years, whatever it is.
I think Jaylen accepts that with Najee, though.
No, probably not. But
that's the. Because I feel like for Jaylen, you could go to Jaylen right now and say, bro, we'll give you 3 for the next 3 years. And he'll be like, bet. Or you can say, we'll give you 4 for the next 3 years. He'll be like, bet. Because he's an undrafted dude playing on I got to wait till the summer to get my performance bonus. And that's why I get my big check.
But I also think he probably understands, too, that he is helped out by his surroundings here.
Of course.
And having a Najee Harris.
No, but that's what I'm saying. For Jaylen, like, I don't think you have to break the bank because of the perspective is just different. Whereas for Najee, he's coming as a first rounder. His base pay is probably around because it's year 4, so it's got to be starting to creep back up until a couple
like
of M's.
2 or 3.
Yeah, because they go big signing bonus up front, small base salary, small base, and then it starts to hot back up. So for him, he's probably looking at that like, man, this is my number. I'm a $4 million back, or I'm a 3.5 or whatever it is at this stage for his contract. And as a player, you just don't want to go you don't ever want to go the next year and your number be down. You like typical for your number to, end on a high note. Yeah. Or at least the guarantee.
It just sucks for running backs, really.
Yeah.
Because, Najee may not want to accept $5 million, but if he gets another year under his belt and he's splitting carries with Jaylen, like, how's a team from the outside going to view him? Are they going to view him as like this bell cow that's going to change everything for their team? I don't. Because
how would you sell him? Like, if you're marketing Najee to any other team, how do you market him?
Solid, just solid running back, just really solid running back. But I don't think you're paying $10 million for that.
Because I'm like, bro, he's your body puncher. He gonna beat you to death. Think of he ain't a sexy fighter, but he gonna just whoop the ribs, the tummy, like he going to town there. Like that's the type of player that he is. You're gonna love him when it gets cold. Keep him up north. Yeah. He don't put the ball on the ground, and he's always available. Could block.
Yeah, like if we gave him 4 or 5. That may be actually like
that's what I'm saying. I think it's his market.
Like at the end of this season, like say Najee gets another 1,000, Jaylen has another like good season. They split the carries and everything. 4 or 5 might be the market. What's his face from Detroit? Who is it? Jamal Williams. He led the league in touchdowns and went off with the Lions. I don't know if he made a Pro Bowl or anything. Yeah, he signed with the Saints and became like their backup.
Yeah, he got
for like
some
$3 million.
Crumbs, bro.
And that's after he led the league in touchdowns.
Facts.
So I guess what I'm saying, again, if Najee just has another solid season,
but
he's
a better player than him, though, bro. I think he had the better touchdowns. Yes, Najee's a better player than Jamal Williams, bro.
I think I'd agree.
Better,
I think I would agree, but
he just scored more. He has a cool personality. I thought he had the cool personality,
bro. But I think Williams had around 1,000 yards that year.
I think Najee's better, bro. Pull him up. Let's pull him up.
I think you're right.
I feel like Najee has been better.
Yes. So just that year, it's Najee numbers: 262 attempts, 1,066 yards, 4.1 yards per carry, but the 17 touchdowns.
The 17 is filthy. Yeah, 17 is filthy.
Less pass catching, only had 12 receptions.
But let's also
he got $3 million off that year.
But the 17 tutties too. It wasn't like sexy 17. It was like, he body. Difference was they was giving it to him down by that goal line where we don't. We don't feed Najee like that. They were feed.
But he only got $3 million off that.
I would agree.
That's why I'm saying,
I would agree.
I don't know if Najee should be expecting more than 5 on the open market.
I think is a better athlete than Jamal though, and that's what I'm saying. Like I think if he got 3, I think Najee should get like 3.5, 4, because I think he got a little bit more on him. Just a little bit. It's not crazy.
Wait. We're saying the same thing. I think Najee should get more than him. But I'm saying I don't think Najee should be expecting like 7, 8, or 9 million.
Oh yeah. Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Like 4 or 5 would be more reasonable for Najee.
Respect. Because I'm like, it should just be like a $1 million plus more. I'm like, it can't be much more than that. Yeah, we're on the same page.
I think that's my point. 17. That's a Najee season, but he got 17 touchdowns. 17, and he got $3 million for the Saints.
I thought he had 13. I didn't realize it was 17, bro. 17 touchdowns. God, dog. He felt alive on Detroit. His personality really came. You score 17 times league in the league. Yeah.
Like James Conner got the $7 million out in AZ, and that was him putting up a ton of touchdowns.
15 touchdowns
something crazy, made a Pro Bowl and everything. And I felt that was an overpay. But that's $7 million coming off a Pro Bowl. Like if Najee and Jaylen are splitting carries this year, I don't think Najee's gonna have Pro Bowl type of numbers.
Yeah.
So that puts you again in that $5 million range probably.
Yeah. Dang.
That might just be the market, man. And it sucks because you're dealing with the team that drafted you, and you probably had, some good emotions about, especially when you came in the league. Like, you know what it's like being drafted, right?
Yeah, you believe it all.
Like, this is the team that believed me and everything.
I'm never leaving here. I'm going to be here forever. We're going to build a statue up with my pick, with my name. We're going to do the jersey retirement. It's going to be best thing ever. They're going to pay me all the money. Yeah, we're going to win all the Super Bowls.
Yeah, I don't think it's anything personal. Yeah. I think it's the Steelers just looking at the landscape of the NFL and saying, like, this is probably smart business right now.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate.
And we can always, I think, err on the side of Omar making the best business decision.
Right.
He don't seem like he operate with feelings. I ain't tripping on it now. Hey, looking back, I'm like, I get it now, bro. I get it. Hey. It was the feelings involved. We was talking. All right, I'm gonna be the first one that it was feelings involved. Dig. It was feelings. All right. Now it's hey, Nas, don't take that personal, bro. He's doing his job. All right. Don't be like that. All right. Don't be like that. Yeah.
So, yeah, I think we just got to wait and see what Najee's response is.
Now, if you're Jaylen, well, actually, if you're the Steelers, let's see. For Jaylen right now, this is going up on year 3, so he's not. You can't do anything to him until after this year. What you leaning though right now?
Not paying him.
You said no?
I know, I'm paying him.
You are?
Yeah.
Because I was like, we can't do it
I don't know, but it's
until
probably
after
around
the 3rd year. But it's like, are you?
I think it's around the same number we're talking about with Najee. It's like 5 million. I don't know, 4 or 5 million or something.
I do too. I just think 4 sounds way different to me for Jaylen than it does for Najee. To me, $4.5 million or $4 million to Jaylen is like, yo, this is a great deal for us and for you. We're both gonna love this, and you get a major upgrade in the pay. You're gonna be extra happy. I think if I came to Najee with that, it's like, man, what?
I feel like that's and then the Steelers. You're looking at that like, all right, this is our running back.
Yeah, I just think it's a different
combined like $10 million for these two players, and you're feeling great about it.
I would love it. I just think in that scenario, Najee's the one that feels like he got shorted.
Absolutely. Yeah. Being the first round pick. Yeah. And the name and all that. Yeah.
But I would pay him both like that. I would love that, bro. Because I definitely feel like for Jaylen, he was gonna love it. Like Jaylen's not gonna trip on that. Naj, I could definitely see that because I know that mindset of, bro, if I came in and this is what you already paying me, and this is before I did anything. Now I have these numbers, and you're telling me I haven't got a raise, or in this case, might even be taking a pay cut. Like, come on, bro. Hey, what's this, man? Yeah.
Who's easy to replace?
Man. Right now, Naj.
It is, yeah.
I would say Naj right now.
Definitely.
Yeah. Because we've seen the last couple of backs we've had that look like Jaylen Warren. You've named some of them, but they haven't produced like Jaylen Warren. And that's legitimate, man. Yeah. Whereas we know we can name a band of candidate and you can be like, yeah, he can replace Naj right now. It's already dope. You know what I mean? It's like, it's just a lot more of a commonality. Just the style. Yeah.
Yeah. Not saying it's just flat out easy to replace Najee, but if you had to take your chance, it is Najee. Like, would anyone be surprised again if this Georgia dude came out and gave us similar production to Najee Harris, or like you said, a Bannecander, just anyone out there? Who are you betting has the better chance of replacing what they do? Yeah, I think it's any of those dudes replacing Najee over any of those dudes replacing Jaylen Warren. That would be my bet.
Deshaun Edwards is an SEC back too, bro. National champion. You never know. But nah, he ain't Naj.
Dude, Jaylen does some rare things out there, man.
He does, bro.
We watch a lot of football. There ain't running backs that are doing what Jaylen Warren does.
Putting the foot in the rack and go 60 on you for real, and then it turn around and hit you in the face on a pass protection, but then can catch the screen, and then can stop and go. Like, Jaylen is complete. He's just in a very compact package. I think it was 5'8", 215 is what they have him listed as. Yeah, it's just smaller.
How about this question? Did the Steelers admit they made a mistake drafting Najee by not picking up his 5th-year option? Look at the 5th-year options we haven't picked up.
Boy, Edmonds, Jarvis,
D. Bush,
Artie.
Yep.
Ooh.
None of those stayed with the team. Now, Edmonds came back for 1 year afterwards.
But it was for less than what the option would have been, though.
It was for like
it was like a
minimum.
Yeah, it was like a $1.3, yeah, tops, yeah.
Right. I think the message being sent in all those scenarios were the Steelers saying, we view you as expendable.
Yeah. We think you're a role player, not a guy.
And, like, we're willing to move off of you.
Yeah. And low-key, they did in all those scenarios.
Yeah.
But then let's see who they pick up. Bud, TJ, Mink.
Kenny got traded.
Yeah. Because, nobody's option got picked up when I was here. When I left, that's when they picked up Bud's.
Looks like we need to do a better job drafting first-round picks.
Because they paid Pouncey ahead of time.
Honestly.
Yeah, they paid Pouncey, so they would never really got to that.
Yeah.
Man. Shea got hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out to Shea. He got hurt, though. Yeah.
Like, he's in that class of people.
Joe
right?
was like, yo, yeah. Wow. I guess when you put it like that.
And I don't think that's all on Najee. I think
it's
that's
not. Yeah.
part of that is the running back position, the running back market. Another part of it is Jaylen Warren being here.
Yeah.
And I guess, I think
But
some of it is on Najee.
Can we make a case, though,
but
that all of those names that we named, that Najee has been more productive than all of them, though?
I agree. But I
Najee's
think
been
that
more
goes back to
productive
the
than
running back
Edmonds,
position
yeah.
and just how it's viewed. But
Because he's definitely, like, I don't view him as a bust or as underperforming or as letting us down.
It's just drafting a running back in the first round.
Right. I think that's where we are. That's where we're at right now. I think this is when we did that a couple of years ago and we said, yeah, man, you love it in the moment. It is what it is. We're going to run until the wheels fall off. And when it's time to pay him, we got to let him go. We just get into that part of the equation now. And it's like we trying to, like, kind of talk ourselves out of what we already knew what it was when we drafted him a couple of years ago.
I think it's actually very comparable to Terrell Edmonds. Very much so. Just the offensive version of it.
Yeah.
Because Terrell Edmonds drafting a safety in the first round.
Talk your talk. And not a
Where's
free
the value
safety.
there?
Not a free safety. A strong safety, a box safety, a tackling safety, not a get pick safety.
Right, and Terrell Edmonds, like Najee, very productive. I don't view Terrell Edmonds as a bust. But now it just comes down to value. And what you're getting out of that player per the position. And it's like, man, I don't think it's worth it to pick up Edmonds' option. I don't know what it would have been at the time.
Right.
Maybe probably around the same thing, like $7 million.
And the argument for Edmonds was durability.
And obviously it wasn't, because Edmonds came back on that fifth year for a 1-year deal at like $2 million. And then you see all these safeties this offseason just sitting out there going to teams for very, very team-friendly deals. Like these are big-name safeties. Justin Simmons is still chilling out there.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the safety position is very similar to what it's like on offense with the running back and just the market.
Because think about it for Edmonds. He didn't miss games. He was constantly 100-plus tackle dude or in that ballpark. Mm-hmm. And we was like, yo, that's the guy that you always could depend on. You knew what he was good at and what he was bad at, and it never surprised you. And it's like with Naj, you know what he's going to excel at and what he's going to struggle at, and we're hardly ever surprised by him. But with that being the case, is that something that you pay? So, dang, it's legitimate, though. That's definitely legitimate.
Especially with Najee or Jaylen being here.
Yeah.
Now, with Edmonds, I'm trying to think who we had behind him.
Nobody. We brought Casey in.
Right, afterwards. But I think that was probably after the decision.
Because Sean Davis wasn't here anymore. He was in Washington, if I remember correctly. It might have been Norwood.
Yeah.
I think it might have been Norwood that first, that final year for Edmonds.
Norwood.
Yeah. Because remember, Norwood was later in the
it might have just been him and Killebrew.
Yeah.
We probably signed Killebrew early that
He was more
offseason.
of like the special teams vibe. Yeah.
Right. So, he didn't even have someone that, we actually felt like could replace him.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that plays I really do. I think it plays into our decision to decline Najee's fifth-year option.
Yeah.
So I think if you compared Najee with Edmonds, I think
Cameron
Najee's
Kelly,
a little
shout
bit
to
more
Rod
productive
Dolly. It
than
was
Edmonds.
Cameron Kelly.
I think you feel Najee's impact a little bit more than what Edmonds gave us. But
agree.
Edmonds didn't have a Warren behind him, a Warren type of guy.
And I think it's different also because Najee plays on offense. So his, what we call an okay game, is him touching the ball and still ending with 80, 90 yards. We're going to naturally default to that being a good game if we won. Edmonds can have a game where he has 10 tackles. And it's like, bro, if them was just 10 regular tackles, it don't matter if we won or not. We're going to be like, yo, he ain't do nothing this game. He was quiet. He's made some tackles. So I think that was the only difference. Like, when we look at Najee, like, why we naturally just feel better is because he plays at least a position where he's touching the football every time. But, yeah, you could definitely make the case that, the Edmonds and Najee, you can make the case that he's similar scenarios, bro.
We appreciate them both.
Yeah.
We value them, but not to the extent of picking up their fifth-year option. So, what does that say? I feel like that says you're expendable to us.
Yeah.
Not in this grand
It's
negative
not a bad
way.
Yeah, it's just the value and the nature of the business side of it.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate. I think it's more of an NFL landscape issue as opposed to specifically Steelers. Now, if we never drafted Najee in the first round, we're not having this conversation. I think that goes back to why I posed the question initially. It's like, did we make a mistake drafting him in the first round?
Yeah, that's legit,
We
bro.
shouldn't have done the whole draft the running back in the first round thing. Because typically when you draft dudes in the first round, you're like, these are supposed to be 2-contract, 3-contract type of guys for you.
That's the whole knock on Peyton Wilson.
That's why you draft guys in the first round.
Yeah, if I'm taking you here, I want to know I got you for at least 5 to 7, hopefully 5 to 10. Yeah.
Because if you draft a running back in the first and are just thinking to yourself, all right, even if we don't hit the second contract, then, maybe he gave us production those first 4 years or whatever. I feel like that's a waste, man. Yeah. I feel like that's a waste. You should have just drafted a running back in the second round if you want to go about that approach. Second or third round even.
And people are going to also knock just the production part of it, because we say 3 years, 1,000-yard rusher. People that say a 17-game season, that's not as impressive. That's the other part. They say, oh, man, you ain't averaging, a couple of years, wasn't averaging over 4 yards per tote. They're like, yo, that's not impressive. So going back to even what you said, it's just like, it's some days where people going to pick apart committing dollars to him, or even, like you said, the decision to even draft him in the first because of even the style of player that he was. And now this is kind of like, all right, we looking back on it and saying, hey, you saw the style even before we took him. This is what you knew it could be. Now that we've seen it, this is still what it is. It has not been a Derrick Henry. So you kind of got to just take it for what it is. But like I said, we got the feelings in it, man. He nice, though, for what we asked him to do.
Yeah, and if you were to have just, drafted a dude in the third round or took the approach of, all right, we're not drafting a running back first round, but we're going to draft a guy in the third or the fourth or, wherever. Again, it's no guarantee they're an upgrade over Najee, but you bring in a bunch of guys because there's also really good running backs. How many times each offseason sitting there in free agency? Like Leonard Fournette signed with the Buccaneers, I think, in Brady's first year for $3 million.
Super cheap, bro.
And went on a crazy run in the playoffs. They were calling him Playoff Lenny. Yeah. You look at, there's that chart out there that we see all the time of the last 10 running backs for Super Bowl teams and what they're getting paid. It's not much, but you're having
regular checks.
You're having decent impact from these guys. And these are 7th round picks, guys that you're picking up off the scrap heap in free agency for cheap. It's like if you got good structure around them, running back should succeed. So it's not a guarantee you get a good running back in the third or fourth. It's just you have a much better chance of getting a good guy wherever in the draft or even through free agency versus pretty much any other position. Yeah. So you might have to go through a struggle process, but it typically is not a long process, I don't think.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate for the running backs.
In the words of Young Thug, business is business. Shout out to business being business, man. If y'all digging the convo, man, hit that like button one time for the coach. And, of course, don't forget to subscribe. Shout out to these running backs, man. Shout out to these running backs. All right.
Joey Weaver, so schedule predictions. Definitely will be at the Colts game.
Ooh, all right. I likes that. Shoot, I think we've only predicted just the opener. Yeah. Give us Broncos in prime time, baby. Mr. Unlimited, it's your time.
Maybe we get a holiday game.
Which holiday you want? Christmas, Thanksgiving, New Year's? I think that's all.
I think we're due, right? We're definitely due.
No, we're due off of those completely, right? We've been Christmas, Thanksgiving, New Year's Eve.
We got Christmas Eve against the Raiders.
Christmas Eve, yeah.
We got the Saturday game before Christmas Eve this last year. I don't know if that counts as a holiday game.
And when I was there, that would have been 6 years ago. We did Thanksgiving, Christmas. So that's why I was like, is that enough time for them? Because this would be 6 years.
Yeah, because they tried to give us. The reason I'm saying we're due is they tried to give us that Ravens Thanksgiving for the COVID year.
And it got moved.
Yeah. And we haven't gotten, I think, a definitive holiday since. But I guess you could count that Christmas Eve one against the Raiders.
Yeah.
I want that Thanksgiving one, though. Maybe give me that Black Friday, Thanksgiving.
Shout out Black Friday, man. I'm down for the Black Friday. Either way, it's going to be a vibe.
Christmas. What's the Christmas one? Isn't that on a middle of the
I don't know
weekday?
This year. Yeah,
I think it's on a Tuesday or Wednesday. They're doing it, though. That would be cool.
Oh, that's right, yeah, because it's... No. They had something. It's like a Friday or something like that. Oh, no, I'm thinking about the beginning of the
It
season.
might be
the Brazil
Tuesday.
game.
It's either a Tuesday or a
good call.
Wednesday on Christmas.
Yeah.
And NFL saying, like, yeah, we want a part of that.
They gonna have football on that. Just wait. We done had Christmas games. Playing them day ago. Was it Texans, Ravens, and then we've done Colts and Lions. Thanksgivings.
Right. Yeah. Marco Edwards has joined the upper room.
Shout out to Marco Edwards and welcome to the upper room. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Whoa, this is interesting.
What you got?
This may put a little bit of a problem into our week 1 plans. Let's go. UW says Pirates have a home game the same time as week 1 would be for us, so we are probably going to be on the road week 1.
Oh, yeah, they do have those discussions about the parking situation.
So you're saying CTESPN's wrong?
Well, no, this is really going to depend on if Mr. Rooney wants to flex or not. Because they say it really comes down to, like, him being the better, like, just sport about it. Because let's be real, if you schedule a Pirates game and a Steelers game at the same time, who do you think is going to dominate the parking lots?
Maybe it's a homestand up until Sunday, and then Monday we go on the road, or we have an off day, because maybe it could be the Monday night game then.
Yeah, because that's the only thing. It's like,
let me see.
If you schedule both of them at the same time, Pirates ain't gonna have nowhere.
So they'll flex the Pirates schedule.
I don't think they. I think Mr. Rooney is just gonna like. Well, I don't know. I ain't gonna speak for him. Yeah, but
we've been chilling. We've been chilling for 10 years because we haven't had a home game since last year.
And usually it's Pirates.
I guess there was no complaining about from the Steelers side of things.
But that's at least from what I've heard communicated, it's more of that.
All right, hold on. Let me get this Pirates schedule up here. Yeah,
Big the Batu said they're going to put us in that 10 o'clock slot. Nah, don't put me at 10, man. Come on, bro. I'm 36, man. I went to sleep early by accident the other day, man. Don't do me like that. Nah.
Oh, come on. Hold on.
What's up, man?
They have, on ESPN, they have the schedule literally split.
What you mean?
First half of the season, second half of the season, instead of just the full season.
Why are they being extra?
Okay. When would be the first week of the NFL season?
After 9/11 weekend. Because it's usually
9/11.
because
what
usually
about
like the fifth.
It might be 9/11 weekend
like that
because
weekend, yeah.
Labor Day. What's Labor Day?
Labor Day is usually college football opening, and leagues usually after the week after Labor Day.
Is there a specific day for Labor Day, or is it always just the first Monday?
I don't know.
I think it's the first Monday is Monday, September 2nd.
First weekend in September.
Monday, September 2nd. Yeah. That would be Labor Day.
But usually it's like they got that because that's college football always had like that bonus like kickoff week, and then you'll have that Thursday night game, and then whatever, like whoever won the Super Bowl, Chiefs, they had that Thursday night opener, and then from there you'll have the Sundays and Monday nights.
Okay, so like I said, September 1st would be the first Sunday of September.
Yeah.
And then September 2nd is Monday. I guess that would be Labor Day. So September 8th, Steelers are at home. September 9th, Steelers are at home. Or Pirates are at home. I'm sorry. Yeah, Pirates are home September 8th and September 9th, Sunday and Monday, the 8th and 9th.
So it's the end of their whatever stand is on that Monday. Wow. Could they put us on Monday night?
Wait. Hold on, though.
Could you put us on Monday night?
September 8th, though, the Sunday, that's at 1:35.
Prime time game?
Could you do the Sunday night game?
It's baseball. What's the average for baseball? 4 hours?
No,
they're trying to cut it to 3.5 now. Yeah, I know with the pitching clock.
I'd say that game's done by like 4:30.
Bro, that's tight though, because you think you open in the parking lots 3.5, 4 hours beforehand. They gotta have time to get the game done, clean out the parking lots, and turn it around for Steelers parking lots. Think about when we was out there tailgating, D. How early we get out there for some of these games too, bro.
I think that's just got to be a Pittsburgh, a Yinzer doubleheader right there. I think you go to the Buckeye game at 1:30.
I think it's too tight, bro.
Get me Skeens pitching on that Sunday, and then we go to the Steeler game at night.
They gonna throw us at 10 o'clock, Deke. They gonna throw us at 10 o'clock, man. It's gonna be 10 o'clock. That's what's gonna happen. Are we even sure, bro? All right. Yeah. I want that, bro.
I don't think they could do 10 o'clock for an East Coast game.
Yeah, I was about to say, unless we're off on Denver. Denver is coming here, though. Yeah.
We might just be an away game for opening weekend.
Dang, man.
Here's what they could do. I'm looking at this right now. So
who are
September 9th is the series that's Monday.
Okay.
That's the series against Miami and how it starts. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. They're off Thursday. So could you just move that Monday game to Thursday? Because then they have another home. Holy hell, they have 10 home games in a row because the game on Friday after that Thursday is at home, so it's not even like we're traveling.
Hey,
that's what they could do then. Yeah, I think you move that Miami game from Monday.
That's above my pay grade, Deke. That's above my pay grade.
You move the Monday Miami game to Thursday. That's simple, and then Monday night game Steelers Broncos.
We'll just have Mr. Rooney call up Mr. Nothing, and then they can have that conversation and everything work out.
They're saying we play at Denver.
Oh, is that Denver? Then that's different then.
That's at Denver? Big time different.
10 o'clock, man. I'm telling you. We get a 10 o'clock
10 o'clock Monday.
10 o'clock Monday night, bro.
That makes sense. Hold on. Is it?
I thought it was at the crib, but I could definitely be off, bro.
Too. Steelers, Denver, 2024.
Where we at? Simplify for us, man.
It is saying at Denver.
All right, what's simple? It's simple then. We opening up on the road in Denver, prime time. AB was right, bro. 10 o'clock kickoff. I hope y'all ready. All right, get your coffee, get your Red Bull, get whatever you need to stay up at night. All right. If it's something that it was not named, keep it to yourself. All right.
Yeah, it's at Denver.
All right, then, bro.
Yeah, that has to be week 1.
We're for a fact going to get the third primetime Monday Night Football game, bro. It's either the second or the third one. That one where it's usually Vegas. It's usually the Raiders and Broncos, Raiders and Chiefs. They kickoffs at 10:35 Eastern Standard Time. It's just going to be Steelers Broncos in Mile High, bro. Yeah, for a fact, bro. For a fact.
I still think the Pirates should move from Monday to Thursday. No one's going to be watching that game.
It's going to be at 1 o'clock. We got all the way till 10 o'clock at night, bro.
No, not the Monday game. The Monday game's, 6:40. It's like later.
Oh. Well, we'll be recapping, a victory. And ain't nobody worry about that Monday night game because we're going to be talking about how Russ cooked them folk. Yeah.
Well, no. You're saying, no, the Steelers game would be after, actually.
Shoot. You're right. I'm tripping there.
So the other Monday night game would be on there.
Good call.
Yeah, they'll be going up against the NFL, just in general.
But it's the Pirates.
Move that game to Thursday.
But by then, the Buccos will be back hot. The Bats will be back hot. Yeah, it'd be different combo. It'd be must-see TV. Yeah.
Now that the Steelers-Broncos game, if it is week 1, that could just be Sunday night then, too.
Yeah.
You could just do that.
Now, do we need to look on Denver's side to see what their schedule looks like? Like, are they
do
supposed to
that
be
right
at the crib? But they was saying, how does that
do
work, bro? There's a lot going on, bro.
Yeah, there are Rockies games going on.
I'm like, all right, what time is the Rockies game?
I don't have the bandwidth for that right now. I can't do it.
I love it.
You know what, though?
Uh-oh.
I'm kind of intrigued.
Yeah, I'm just like, God, there's a lot to this equation of can we match up with them week 1 and what time? What do Rockies play?
Or should we just trust the CTSPN report?
What do Rockies play
and say, you know what?
What do Rockies play?
AB reported it's just going to happen.
I mean, AB is undefeated right now, bro. He made. AB, yeah, he was active again on Twitter this weekend. Now that I think about it, yeah, AB active, bro.
They are away that whole weekend.
The Rockies are?
Yeah, both. Yeah.
Oh, we got action.
Series against Milwaukee.
We got action.
From Friday to Sunday.
We got action.
It's at Milwaukee.
We got action.
And then they're off Monday.
We've got action.
And then on Tuesday, they're at Detroit.
Denver.
For that series.
10:35 p.m. At Denver, 10:35
It makes too much sense.
CT ESPN, shout out, generational run. 10:35 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Broncos, Steelers, week 1. Book it. Watch. Book it, bro.
It has to. That's what everyone wants.
Book it. And if you don't, NFL schedule makers, shame on you. All right? This is the layup. This is the low-hanging fruit. Shame on you. Come on, man.
Fun.
Unless you want to do it at 8. You could do it at 8. I promise we ain't tripping at 8. I just think that the 5:30 out in Denver ain't going to hit the same. I think they want that thing dark out there.
Yeah. Right. Fun 6000 says OVO.
Say OVO, 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 OVO. Wait, now step the way. No, 69 guard. 69 guard. Yeah, bro. It's a bop, bro. I hate the fact that I jam out so hard to that one little part, bro. But it's wifey's fault. She sent it to me. It's been burnt in my head now, man.
Sean McCartney, I'm thinking with Najee's fifth-year option being declined and the Highsmith contract restructure, are the Steelers freeing up money for a move this offseason? I could be wrong, but that's how I feel.
No, I don't think you're off. I think that there's still very much some legitimacy to that. We know there's been plenty of rumors surrounding this wide receiver situation. And the way that things kind of played out this weekend, man, we might have to, be ready and willing to use some of that capital. Maybe that is draft pieces along with opening up the piggy bank for maybe having to sign one of these dudes to a new contract we go sign and trade for, bro. Because, we got a little interesting situation right now, D. You want to react to this thing? Let's get to this.
Yeah, what do you want to talk about?
This wide receiver situation real quick. All right, we're gonna be on time today too. It's crazy. All right, so we know this weekend, man, a rock star receiver got signed in the AFC East. Got a lot of history with the dude by the name of Odell Beckham Jr. We know he went down there to the Dolphins. All right, and it was a big move.
I thought you were gonna say Claypool.
It was a big. It was a big move. All right. So we know that was a big chess piece off the board. But then there was another just astronomical move that took place in the AFC East where a former top 55 draft pick, a dude that led the league in touchdowns in his adolescent stage in the NFL. I'm talking a guy that out the gate had back-to-back 800-plus yard seasons. Big, could block, could run.
I don't know about blocking.
Has all the I mean,
Running.
like, he's the type of guy when you draft him, you don't even cut on the receiving clips. He's the guy that when he was drafted, they cut on highlights of him just mauling people blocking.
Yeah, I think you're talking about
that was
at Notre Dame.
also a big
I don't remember
move
him doing that with
when
the
Chase
Steelers.
Claypool, the new number 14 in Buffalo, signed up there with them bad boy Bills. You know what I'm saying? He said this the best quarterback he's ever played with, Deke. That's what he said. He's excited about. He said he's never been
Wait,
on
he
it.
said that?
Nah, he ain't said it. I just guessed it.
Oh.
But it's so good, though. It's so.
He called Ben the GOAT.
Listen. There are some rumblings that this is the best offensive situation that Claypool has had in his NFL career.
Moats, am I going to find you up at
Don't do me
Claypool's
like
media
that. Don't
session
do me like that.
asking him that question?
Don't do me like that.
'Cause I feel like you want to know what he's
Don't
going
do
to
me
say
like
there.
that. I'm innocent. This is what the people said. All right, I'm just reacting what the people said. All right.
Are you going to grab your Bills press badge?
Listen, bro.
for
Listen,
Claypool
man.
press conference?
Listen. This is what they said. All right. They were like, "Yo, Chase ain't never had an offense like this. He ain't never had a quarterback like this. He ain't never had a coach. He never had a team. He never." I'm like, dang. I mean, I guess.
Who's saying this?
That's what they saying. We just
Who?
leave it at they. We're
I
not
need-
gonna put
I need
names.
to
We
know
just
who.
leave it at they, bro.
Is
It's
it Bills fans?
It's a lot of fans. There's a lot of people saying it, bro. But
Is
you know,
it-
I don't.
or is it
I
you?
don't look into all the
I
particulars.
might need to check the tapes on that Bills channel. Hear
I
what
don't
you're
look
saying.
into all the particulars, but there is some rumors out there that Josh at this stage compared to 7 at his stage, they're just saying that it could be a little different for Chase. That's all they said, and that could inspire him to fully tap into that potential that we saw glimpses of with 7. So that's, part of the optimism, which I understand. I totally understand that. Like I said, I you know me, I'm neutral in this, but I could understand why a Bills fan would feel such optimism surrounding Chase and this new opportunity. It's not the distractions that you get in Miami either. No. Come back close, back to home, bro. You ain't that far from the crib, man. Hey, we still play the national anthem for you both sides. You get both of them here. Yeah.
Have you, I guess, put a damper on any of their excitement, or are you fanning the flames?
I gave some context, okay, I delivered it in the most professional manner. He
Because
brings
if
a lot to
Claypool
the table.
didn't sign with the Bills,
Don't
how
do me
we'd
like
be
that.
talking about him.
All I'm saying is this.
And how we have been talking about him over
I
these
will
last 2
say
years.
the same thing that my message has been since we have moved on from Claypool in Pittsburgh.
Okay.
He has all the talent in the world to be wide receiver 1. He has all the intangibles. 6'4", 6'5", 4.4 speed, leaping ability, has the athleticism to run routes. We've even seen at times where you can hand it off
He doesn't
to
have
him.
the footing when coming down when leaping, though.
This is very true. But that goes to the knock on him, which is consistency. we've seen him make plays. We've seen him catch. We've seen him run after. We've seen him even give us some explosive plays, right? We even think back to that Philadelphia Eagles game where it's like, we can say we won, but we can't unsee that. And not everybody can do that. That's the reason why he was drafted and why he's even gotten this many chances. Very similar to when we talk George Pickens. It's like, he ain't put it all together yet, but we've seen so much talent where we're like, bro, we're going to figure this one out. Claypool has a lot of that. But the knock is, he has not put it together in Pittsburgh. Some maturity questions came into play. Didn't put it together in Chicago. And then obviously in Miami, still couldn't have put it together. But the context is, what was Chicago? Because clearly Justin Fields isn't even out there anymore. They had a lot going on in terms of the transition, in terms of just not figuring it out. Miami, you hopped on a moving train in season, and they already got two dominant receivers in Tyreek Hill and Jaylen Waddle. So it's like, all right, this your last stop if we being real. You ain't got any more excuses. It's like, bro.
Closest one to Canada, too.
Yeah, I'm like, bro, this your best opportunity, but this is definitely your last one because you can't. Bro, Josh Allen is clearly further ahead than Tua and Justin Fields, and he's younger than Dagon Big Ben. And we can make a case that the way people view Josh right now compared to Seven's last year or last 2 years wasn't the same, right? In terms of league-wide, we might feel different because we watch them every day, but league-wide, the perception is that. So that's why it's like, yo, for Chase, man, if you're not excited, eager, and can't wait to get to work, this is clearly a you thing. Yeah, that's going to be the knock on him. But that's the reality with Chase. We know this. Chase, he gives you eyeball test first off the bus. But we're going to see.
Yeah, the falling stuff was weird, too, with him, because that didn't really start picking up to his second year. Yeah. I don't remember him doing it at all in his rookie season.
No. In fact, his first year, we thought this was more like GP.
Mapletron.
The way that we look at GP was how we looked at Claypool that first year. And even to a point in his second year, we still were feeling like that.
Yeah.
It's when it got weird after the day going, he's celebrating for the first down late in the game versus the Vikings, and now it's like
that was his second year. Actually, that was
what ended. That's what I'm saying. That's when it started to get weird though.
Yeah.
Because then you started getting the juju with the TikTok stuff, doing the dances on the logos and everything, and towards the end of the season where it fell up, but he still had 800 yards in terms of receiving yards. He's still yeah. So that was the part where it was like, you see the talent, but it's like, is the maturity, where is you at? Where's your work ethic? Are you a pro? You're a professional? And that's just not a Claypool issue. That's a lot of dudes in this league issue, and that's why we talk about guys that are talented but not productive, and why we don't just pay dudes or keep them around because they are sexy players. They look good. They can do this. It's like, nah, bro, you got to actually be able to produce, and that's the knock right now on Claypool. And that's why I'm like, yo, this is about your last stop. Because them Chicago and Miami's, do you look good picks, man?
Maybe it's the turf. Yeah. Maybe it was better luck up in Buffalo with
Buffalo
the
turf ain't been the best, bro. No, I know they redid it, but it's like, bro, it's.
You think he could land better on that than Heinz Field? Because that's all grass. Heinz Field, grass. Bears, grass.
I thought the grass
Miami
was way
grass.
better. I thought grass was way better for all that stuff. But you know what? We're going to find out. That Buffalo turf wasn't the best when I was there, but you know, it's been a while now. So let's go.
Maybe a slip and slide.
I'm hoping that, because I've seen a player with Jordan Cleats have success in Buffalo, ward number 14 by the name of Stephon Diggs.
Yeah, what's your thoughts on
so hopefully
Claypool picking 14?
It's different than Cordell Patterson. All right, just because Diggs wasn't there as long. But yeah, I'm like, bro.
But this is immediate.
Listen,
this is back to back.
If I'm Claypool, I'm taking Gabe Davis number 13 because you are the new Gabe Davis right now.
Any number but that.
Yeah, I'm like, go take Gabe's number. You kind of look like him, tall, big receiver, inconsistent, a lot of hope and upside though. It's like, yo, take that number. Don't take 14.
How do you feel about that though? Or how do Bills fans feel about him taking 14?
How you think we feel? It's not the best, but it's like we understand that the previous 14.
Yeah, are you guys more mad at Diggs? Where it's just like,
it's not a mad
you don't
with
really
him.
care that he took 14?
No, it ain't a mad thing. It's kind of like bro, you know who the last one that put that number on, though. I think it's more of that. It's not like you couldn't wear this retire, because that's not the vibe in Buffalo. Like, Diggs was dope, but Diggs isn't Andre Reed. You know what I mean? It's like, we got dudes up there. It's like, yo, but Diggs had a run here. It just wasn't as long. I think AB was here for 6. Man, he dominated for 6, but he played here for what? 7 or 8? Yeah. Whereas
9.
Diggs he got 4? Was it 4? I think it was just 4 years. So that's the part where I'm just like, it was just different. But his
you're probably not
was in that
retiring
run, though.
Diggs' number anyway.
Nah, right. Whereas AB is like, if AB did it kind of go out the way he did, bro, man, you wouldn't see no 84 around here no more. Yeah. But that's why I was like, yo, shout out to Claypool, though, man. I was like, yo, the people like him, though, man. And you got to think of Buffalo right now, bro. Like, of all the receivers, we're like, yo, we just drafted Keon Coleman, big athlete, ton of excitement, dope personality. All right, let's go get another big, freaky, tall dude that used to have pedigree that has had some production, super low risk, high reward. Also, we're going to put that spotlight on him and say, tell me everything you know about Miami. I need to know everything about that offense. Tell me what's up with this Tyreek dude.
I don't know. Will he be able to tell you anything?
Well, that's the concern. And that's partly why we are where we are with it. Because it's like, bro, just because you have talent, you and the quarterback have to be on the same page. And that's a lot of studying for an NFL player. Like, it ain't just, oh, I'm going to run this route and this other route. It's like, no, bro, you might have 3 variations of your route just based off of his alignment. And your quarterback got to be on the same page as you. Not, I'm going to run what I run. He going to figure me out. Heck no, bro. He talking about some, hey, bro, I ran this route. Quarterback like, hey, man, here, bro, what you doing? Yeah. So that's part of it as well. And I get it, bro. I definitely get it. Yeah.
Skeeter Jones says Chase Claypool equals Kelvin Benjamin.
Kelvin came on to Buffalo too. He was like, all right. I'm like, bro, we will do the whole. You get it. Remember, that's when him and Cam Newton was about to get into it before the game. Yeah. Because it was like, bro, you gonna get your chance. We'll take a chance on a big athlete.
It's a flyer.
Yeah, you take a chance on a big athlete.
Definitely a flyer. I wouldn't have any expectations for him at all.
Yeah. Listen, we drafted what we drafted. This is the super low risk but crazy upside.
Yeah, what do you got? You got Coleman, you got Samuel.
Yeah, you got
and Shakir, and then the tight ends. Is that
those the
main
people?
Top 5 targets.
Yeah, and James Cook.
Right.
Because he's another dude that we utilize a lot in terms of whether it's dropping him out the backfield or even putting him out there in that slot and letting him run routes and stuff.
So Claypool's looking at wide receiver 4 or 5, best case scenario, at least to start the season.
To start it off, yes, but he has the most upside in the sense of his size speed combo of legit being the complement to a Keon Coleman, to being, that guy that looks different than these other receivers over here. But that's why he's been able to stick around. Because if Chase Claypool was 6 foot, does he get this many opportunities? Based on what you've seen, based on the knocks on him, no. But because of the big, and this is what we said even with the draft, we're like, why is a Graham Barton, who hasn't played center in X amount of years, viewed as a better prospect than JPJ, Frazier, Van Pran? The big athlete. It's like, yo, I love athletes, but if I can get a big athlete, you always take the big athlete over the smaller guys. And Chase is big athlete, man.
Yeah. Antimatter Eli says Claypool at last chance you.
Yeah. This is it for him. I mean, he got a great situation though, bro. They'll love him up there. He'll be able to double dip with the fan base. I'm telling you, bro.
Come on.
You be plugged in Canada, bro. I was plugged in Canada, bro. I'm telling you, bro. You're like a dual star. You could cross that border. They still you love up there, bro.
Oh, you're saying because he is from Canada, like the Bills.
Yes, and the Bills
give him a little bonus points.
Yeah, really? And you get that love anyways. It's like because it's the closest one for them. Yeah. It's like, what, you can go to Detroit? You ain't going out there. Come on, bro. We here. Yeah.
Wait, so did you want to talk more about the Claypool thing, or do you want to talk about
No, so I want to talk
receivers?
For us, though, some free agent receivers, because, I just had to give an update on some of the receiver movement. And since it was 2 big
so Claypool's off the table for us bringing back.
Yeah, we can't bring him up. We can't bring him back. I thought about it. I was like,
It never crossed my
mind. We saw
mind.
Odell. We talked to Odell for a little bit. It was like, yo, would Odell make sense here? So I was like, Claypool, dang, man, you know what? Do we miss out?
No.
All right, fair.
No, we did not.
Fair. I'm not disagreeing. I'm gonna be completely transparent. I'm not disagreeing. I even said it on the Bills channel, bro. Shout out to and shout out.
Honestly, like the main thing of why I wouldn't want to sign Claypool is because of the locker room stuff and his antics.
Maturity.
It's not about taking a flyer on him and coming in here and just seeing what he could bring on the field. No, it's the locker room stuff, really.
And for me, I look at it as, so some people have said that also. When he picked 14, they like, yo, you got rid of one locker room cancer for another locker room cancer. I can understand that. I just think that the timing is different and the caliber of player that Chase is compared to Diggs is different. So I do think Josh in that leadership there should handle that.
Because you mean to tell me spinning the block on Claypool, again, just like on the field, you don't think like he would be a better flyer than Van Jefferson and Quez Watkins and all these other dudes? Given that
That's
Claypool
legit.
did start off his career with those first 2.5 seasons here, like
And
not bad, not to what we wanted or not to what we think his potential could be, but
and how
still.
many of those dudes do we bring up that we might sign or we see sign and we'll go back to what they did early on and we're like, well, he at least has already shown that he can. Now we're saying, can he get back or at least be hovering around, whatever. Claypool on paper has shown that he can. But the thing is, the maturity and the study habits, that's legit. Self-awareness. And it's like, when you look at what's taking place in Chicago and Miami, that's the legitimate part of it, man.
Yeah, because right now, you mean to tell me Claypool across
on,
from
bro.
Pickens, and then we got Roman Wilson
bro.
and whoever on the inside? Like,
Yep.
But that's Claypool from his first 2 years with Ben.
Yeah.
And that's Claypool, too, just in a perfect world, not being a distraction or affecting the locker room in a negative way. And
and God forbid he has
that's
success.
that's
How does he
viewing
handle
Claypool
that?
through like a very positive lens there because I mean we did have that for Pickens' rookie year. Claypool was still here. It was Pickens, Claypool, and Claypool wasn't having that bad
DJ,
of a
Deontay Johnson.
Claypool,
third
yeah,
guy.
it was DJ, and Claypool wasn't. I mean, he went off in that Bucks game with Mitch. I think we traded him a week or two after that. Like he wasn't on like a bad pace with us, but then he went to Chicago and embarrassed himself.
Think about when the trade happened. The only reason we weren't tripping was because of the compensation that came back.
Yeah.
But initially,
I didn't want to trade him.
Exactly, because we was like, yo, you taking a weapon away.
Yeah, because we just started getting Kenny in there. I'm like, yeah, give him as many weapons as possible. But then when I saw the report that the Steelers were like, we don't really think Claypool's a Steeler. He fits with what we want here long term. I was like, yeah, then you had to get rid of him.
Yeah.
100% for that. Addition by subtraction. And it literally
has
was.
been, yeah.
It literally was. Even though we weren't as dynamic in the passing game, like we ran the ball really good. Steven Sims became our third guy, and he made clutch catches when needed. And we went on that 7-2 run.
Yeah.
And
That's
then
legit.
Claypool hasn't done anything. Like literally has done nothing in the league since.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, if you mean to tell me we're getting the Claypool that we saw just on the field here early on in his Steeler career, early on in his NFL career, if we're just getting that as our outside receiver across from Pickens, I think there's more there than what we already have in-house outside of Pickens.
I would agree.
But that is just on paper, and that's just talking on the field.
Yeah.
But
and that's
we know everything else.
And that's literally why when the Bills
and that's why I don't even feel like I missed out. I'm like, no, seriously? I don't want Claypool here.
And that's why I felt conflicted because I'm like, I get the excitement if you're exclusively a Bills fan. I can totally understand the excitement because it's low risk, high reward. But as a Steelers fan who's already lived this part of it, just kind of like I'm waiting and seeing, man. Like I see what he does, great, but it's like we gotta see the other part of. Are you going to like develop, or is it just going to be the same song and dance that has been these previous two stops? But yeah, so he's off the board now. Odell's off the board. I feel like there was another receiver that
DJ Chark went to the Chargers.
DJ Chark. That was like
that was my
third
pick.
one. Yeah.
I thought he'd be a perfect fit for the Steelers.
I would agree, man.
So there's nothing basically out there.
So yeah, I was literally on Spot Rack earlier trying to see available names. I think Hunter Renfro's up there. Allen Robinson, we obviously are familiar with him. Tyler Boyd, he's available. Michael Thomas is still out there. Russell Gage, still available. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, he's available. Zay Jones, Jamal Agnew, McCole Hardman. That's your man's right there. I know you like McCole, man.
I don't want him.
Jakeem Grant, Randall Cobb. Randall Cobb's only 33.7 years old. I don't even know what 0.7 years mean.
I don't want
him. He about to be 34. That what that sound like? Yeah, that's how you getting a little up there. Sterling Shepard's still available at 31.2 years old. Marquise Goodwin, shout out to the Goody Bird.
Sterling Shepard is a name I think like Russ could
revitalized?
Yeah, a little bit. I think that could be like a 700-800 yard year for Shepard if
Is he available though? That's my whole knock with him because I feel like he gets banged up, doesn't he?
Yeah,
Let me
he's
see.
he's typically hurt.
Yeah.
I don't want Shepard. I'm just saying, like,
Oh, I see
I
what you
think
mean.
that's
Yeah.
just, that
That
could be a
type of dude,
Steelers
though.
signing. Oh, we just bring him in for $1 million or $2 million, and we wake up, season's almost over. He had like 700 yards. He actually had some impact. Yeah, I don't really want him.
Let's see who else. Scotty Miller, he's available.
No.
Laquan Treadwell, that's a name. Sheesh, shout out to Laquan. Anthony Miller. Yeah,
No.
Yeah, nah. So yeah, of the names that I listed, does anybody appeal to you? And
No.
I mean, Tyler Boyd's probably the main name of this bunch. Renfro doesn't really give me what I'm looking for.
Honestly, Michael Thomas would be the most intriguing to me.
Michael Thomas.
Yeah. That would be the most intriguing to me. Out of all these names, that's where we're at.
How do we get here?
Yeah, he's the one I would be most interested in signing out of this group. But I'm not paying him much, and it's almost like with Claypool. I'm not having any expectations.
I don't think you can with this group right here, man. I think with this group, you kind of got to take for what it is. And I almost look at it as not trying to get a singular standalone piece. Now I'm looking for numbers. Can you fill a piece of what I need to fit? Like if it might be 3 different versions of you.
That's already what we got going right now, too. With Watkins, Mims, Callaway, Van Jefferson, Calvin Austin. We drafted Roman Wilson. So he's like basically the only ones I think you can have some certainty about is Pickens and Wilson.
Yeah.
That's it. And we don't even know Wilson's a rookie, but I mean we know Wilson's going to be a staple long term.
Yeah.
Like we're going to try to get him a role. At least we have more reason to get him involved as opposed to all the other guys being a 3rd-round pick. So really we could do that. We could just add more guys into the mix.
Deke, we really let the market drop like this, bro.
Zay Jones and Michael Thomas. Zay Jones and like McCole Hardman. Yeah, if you want to do quantity versus quality, we can afford these guys.
How are there no other bodies, bro?
No, that's it. It was looking bleak. Yeah, it was bleak.
We thin.
There's only a few available. There was only a few that made sense, and then they all got signed. And now we're here. And Tyler Boyd made sense, but that was before the draft and us picking up Roman Wilson. Be slot.
And we still keep saying we can't agree on a number with him.
Yeah, if we drafted, hold on, let's see. Who would have been an outside guy available at that? If, say, we drafted like Javon Baker, Troy Franklin or something, I think Tyler Boyd would make a lot more sense.
Yeah.
Because those are outside guys. But we got Roman Wilson. He's already slot. Tyler Boyd, we know he spends about like 75% of his time in the slot.
Yeah, I'm over here like, do we do the combo or give me Michael Thomas for $1 million? Give me Marquise Goodwin for $1 million?
Yeah.
Like, yo, I got
if we're going free agent receiver, does this force our hand and make us have to do a trade if we want to upgrade the receiver room?
Yeah.
Courtland Sutton, that's the one out there that makes the most sense still, I think. I think it even made the most sense when talking about like when DJ Chark was still here.
Yeah.
I think still trading for Courtland Sutton, having that familiarity with Russell Wilson, I think Sutton's just flat out. I think Sutton was flat out right better than any of the guys that were available for the most part in this wide receiver free agent market. But you're giving up a late round pick for him. Got the familiarity with Russ.
Now,
don't got to pay him long term. Presumably, I don't know if his whole hold up with the contract over in Denver is just that he wants out of Denver. If
or does he
actually
want like legit more money?
I don't know, but either way, I think that's still in play.
So tell me your thought process on this, man. Awesome Stuff 1983 and Bruce Mastovich both feel like Pat Freiermuth is essentially our wide receiver too. Do you feel comfortable with that look? Do you think that could be how we trying to play this thing?
Maybe.
Are you like, is that comfortable to you?
And we got one of those guys in Jefferson, Watkins, or someone. I honestly think we can roll into the season with what we got and be fine on offense. Someone's just gonna have to step up.
Yeah, step up. That's the thing.
because we got Russ, we got an improved O-line. Running game should be really nice. We got Pickens. Like, I like the foundation that we got a lot.
Some people low-key concerned about Move, though, and his ability to step up, whether it's by availability or just simple production.
I'm more worried about his availability. I think he's a really good player for us.
I think both things I can understand where people could come from with it. Because right now, I'm just thinking back to the convo that we had a couple years ago when it was Muth versus Dawson Knox, right? And then we were kind of like, man, Muth hasn't been available to kind of get back to that. But I even think about in Buffalo how Dawson Knox is perceived and why they wouldn't drafted a Dalton Kincaid. And it was like, oh, this is exactly why. We're going to play through tight ends. We need even more than what that is giving us right now. And I look at Muth and I'm just thinking to myself, which version is Muth? Is Muth closer to Dawson Knox? Can Muth give me actually what Dalton Kincaid was given? Because those are still a difference in terms of just playing through your tight ends.
Yeah.
And that's my only part. And it's still two of those dudes. Whereas here, we're still talking about one dude and a GP. I just think we're still just a little bit light with this.
Yeah, I think Muth, for his first 2 years, did give us more Kincaid because with Ben, he had, 500 yards and like 8 touchdowns?
Yeah, close, yeah.
That's good tight end numbers right there. And then last year, or 2 years ago, I guess, Kenny's rookie year, he had 700 yards, 700-something yards.
You start flirting with 7s, 8s, like
and that was with, even those 2 years, him missing like a game or two in each of those seasons.
Absolutely.
With injuries. But last year was the one where he missed extended time and, obviously quarterback situation wasn't completely optimal.
Yeah, definitely didn't help, man.
Canada and his nonsense. But, yeah, I think last year was the year where we really started to question Muth because before that, no, he was on good pace.
Yeah. Well, because like you said, first year.
He was like a top 6 tight end.
First year he finished at around 500 yards, 7 touchdowns. Next year was 730.
I gave him an extra touchdown.
And then he only had 2 touchdowns. That was a little bit of the knock. Both years played in 16 games, though. Last year was the first time we saw him, like I said, drop to the 12-game moniker. And that was obviously the worst statistical year in terms of just 300 receiving yards, but he still had the 2 receiving touchdowns.
What's his yards per game last year versus the other
last
2?
Year, 9 point. It was the second best in terms of yards per game. 9.6 or that's per catch. So yards per game, no, actually it was worse. So 25.7 yards per game last year. He averaged 45.8 yards per game the second season when he had the 732 receiving yards. And then his first year, 31.1 yards per game. Yep. And in terms of yards per target, 6.6 last year, which was second best. He had 6.3 his first year and then 7.5 yards per target that second year where he obviously had the 700-plus receiving yards.
Yeah, I think he just needs to stay healthy. That's my thing. In terms of being like Travis Kelce, I think that's a different story versus Dalton Kincaid now because Bills fans' hope is Dalton Kincaid can become Travis Kelce.
Yeah.
But like, what did Kincaid have last year?
First
like 600 something?
Yeah, first year, 73 receptions, 673 through the air, 2 receiving touchdowns. Then postseason gave you another 100 with a receiving touchdown there in the 2 games.
You see what I mean? I think Moose already there. Moose, he had that 702 in Kenny's rookie season.
Yeah.
It's just, last year he took a step back, an unexpected step back, because I thought he was just only going to build off of what he did in his first 2 years.
And then let me pull.
And part of it was injuries. Part of it was just the mess of an offense that we had going last year too. So with him being here, Arthur Smith, Russ, improved O-line, should be better. Yeah, I don't know if it's to the degree where he's getting 100 receptions every season, but being like a really damn good tight end that's worth a second contract, I think. Yeah, that should at least be the case for him.
Because when Dawson Knox got his deal, his first 2 years it was 388 receiving, 288 receiving, 2 tutties, 3 tutties. Then he had his big jumps in his third and fourth year. 587, 9 touchdowns, 517, 6 touchdowns, Pro Bowl year, and that's when he got the contract. Last year, he's kind of banged up, and he had his worst statistical year. Played in 12 games, only a $186 receiving, but he had the 2 receiving touchdowns. But that was also, like I said, him missing the time. Kincaid, Cook, everybody else kind of stepping up. So that's why I'm like, right now for Kincaid, fresh out, they look at that as, yo, you're the guy that's gonna take that step to be a Kelsey type. Whereas Dawson Knox is like, yo, when you're healthy, you're a 600-yard type tight end. Dope, steady
At
Eddie,
least.
but you're the number 2 type of dude, right? I just don't personally think that his athleticism is to the point of Kincaid. Whereas, like you said,
Right.
like
I agree
Kincaid
with you
looks
on that.
like the Kelsey type. He looks like that type of receiver, which we think Muth is more closer to that. So that's the part we're going to find out. But once again, I'm speaking on 2 of these dudes there in the offense like that, whereas we're trying to see can Muth do a wide receiver 2's lion's share of work with it just being the singular version of him. So, like I said, that's the part where I was like, yo, how comfortable or confident do we feel that he can do that based on guys that we're comping him with and just looking at where they're at along with style of offense as well.
Yeah, I think you just bring up style of offense. I think that's what it's going to be dependent on, because Mark Andrews over with the Ravens,
Yeah, he's another one.
he was their number 1 for the last however many seasons. Number 1. I don't.
Yeah.
Well, he was hurt last year,
but up until they brought in Bateman, he's been the guy.
I mean,
not Bateman.
I'd say
Flowers.
even
Excuse me,
with-
till Flowers. Zay
Yeah.
Flowers, where you kind of saw the
and that was
switch.
with Andrews being hurt last year.
Yeah.
Though. So Andrews was like their number
Yeah.
1, and I'm not thinking Andrews is like anything crazy more talented than Muth. So I think it just depends on the style of offense.
Respect.
Like
Yeah.
maybe it's almost like with the Titans in a way. Because I just wanted to look back and see what the Titans were doing with Smith.
Mm-hmm.
They had A.J. Brown, obviously, as their main guy.
Yeah.
Jonnu Smith was their tight end.
Yeah.
He wasn't putting up crazy numbers. It was around like 400, 500 yards. He had 8 touchdowns in, 2020.
Okay.
They also had Corey Davis as their number 2.
Yeah.
984
Is he
with 5
a former
touchdowns.
first rounder?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
And then obviously you had Derrick Henry.
Yeah. That's back when he was trying to get them 2Ks.
I know a
out there.
lot of people would
Shit.
complain about the tight ends' involvement in the Falcons' offense with Arthur Smith. But it's weird because Kyle Pitts' rookie year, he did really good. That was with Matt Ryan.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that was just more on the quarterback not being able to get the ball to Kyle Pitts as opposed to Arthur Smith.
Well, they went through a couple of different quarterbacks, and even to the point where they paid Kirk Cousins $100 guaranteed, and then drafted Michael Penix. So clearly, they weren't happy with that quarterback situation.
Is Muth capable of getting us 800 yards this year? Is that the question? Is that what we're getting at?
Yeah, I feel like it.
Because if you told me our wide receiver 2 got 800 yards, I'd be satisfied with that. As long as Pickens did his thing.
But you named 3 different wide receiver. 1 got to be over $100, right? Over $1,000.
Definitely.
Wide receiver.
Oh, you're talking
2,
about in that
right?
Titans
yeah,
offense?
because I'm like, you named 3 different people. You said 8.
Now, Derrick Henry had 2,000 yards that year.
Oh, well, I was going to say, yeah, we short something, bro. I was like, yeah, we still missing a chunk. Yeah. Because the move give me 800 and GP give me a $1,000. I'm like, who's giving me my 600 though that was replacing my tight ends production? Because I'm still, yeah.
I think one of these receivers could do that.
Well, that's what I'm
at
hoping.
least.
But you see how
At least.
it's like that's the part for me where I'm just like.
But then Najee and Jalen's got to have. Well, so they had Henry having 2,000 on the ground. Jeremy McNichols was their running back 2 with 200. Could Jaylen and Najee give us 2,200 total? Because that's not even included. Derrick Henry didn't do anything receiving.
He don't catch. Yeah. He's a
Could they
runner.
give us a total of
We need 2,200 though.
2,300 of rushing receiving between the running backs?
Listen, that's the big cheat code in this equation right here. If you got 2K on the ground, bro, that changes a lot. But you're viewing the offense differently. We got a
And I think
2,000
we
yard
can
rusher,
do that
bro.
with having Arthur Smith here. Like,
Yeah.
Tannehill didn't throw for over 4,000.
Yeah, but
This
I'm
is
just saying,
3,800.
I'm saying in the sense of like, not 2,000 yards of production out the backfield. I'm saying a 2,000 yard runner. I think you're even playing them just drastically different because it's like, yo, I don't care what y'all do it. He's clearly the best player out here. I don't know how we play that. Like, I mean, what their numbers were last year though? Let's see what they
with the Falcons. Like,
no. Us with Warren and Najee. I want to see.
They're not far off.
Yeah, I want to
in
see,
terms
like-
of total yards.
That's what. Yeah, but
Definitely
between the
not
two of
far
them.
off.
Let me pull them up real quick. Hold on. So
Because Najee had 1,000.
No, I
He
saw
probably
that.
had like 300 receiving, 300 receiving, and then Jaylen had. I know Jaylen had 1,100 total yards. He had like 700 and 300 something.
yeah, so Najee 1,100.
Yeah, there you go.
Almost
That's-
1,200 last year.
That's 2,200 right
Yeah,
there.
because he had 1,300 ground, $170 receiving.
And that receiving was down
Yeah.
for what's typical with him.
Yeah, because first year he gave us 467, then 229, then it was only $170 last year from a receiving standpoint.
Yeah, I mean, maybe that's the offense with Arthur Smith. Can Russ get us, 3,800, get us, 25 to 30 touchdowns?
Because I'm like, as long as they can combine to lock that in, then that does account for the Derrick Henry style production. But it's like, if you don't have that part, we missing some numbers in this equation, man.
Yeah, I think maybe that's why I'm not as stressed about receiver and, having a bona fide wide receiver number 2, especially with you bringing up Muth. I completely forgot about that because I do think Muth he could get us 700-800. I don't see why he can't.
With that amount of rushing yards, you're also shortening the game. And that's one of the things that Tennessee did. It makes you almost have to play mistake-free. It's like what Baltimore did when they first took over with Lamar. Instead of you getting 10 to 12 possessions per game, you're only getting about, 7 to 8, 8 to 9. And it's like you have to be efficient. You don't got time for a ton of 3-and-outs. You don't have time for turnovers. Because now you're playing the I'm trailing and I got a press type game, and we've seen how teams struggle with that. That's the other added benefit of them dudes being able to account for, that $2,000 total in production out there. That can definitely work though.
But I do think if you can improve the position, you do it. That's been Omar Khan's mantra this whole offseason.
As a fan,
we
would enjoy it a lot more if we didn't have to depend on them having 2,000 yards of production for us to, survive this and feel like, oh, all right, we are winning. They're doing enough. I think
like if we
would much rather
go shotgun at times and just have Rush sling it to Pickens, Ayuk, and have Roman Wilson out there and Muth.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I'm all for that too because Russ, if we get down double digits, Russ can come back.
He's definitely capable.
He can go shotgun and get us back in these games.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm not saying that to say let's not upgrade the position. Like I think we can rock with what we got, but doesn't hurt if we can also bring in a Brandon Ayuk or a Cortland Sutton or T. Higgins. And I think still, as we sit here today, Cortland Sutton makes just flat out right the most sense.
Look, I'm still waiting until June 1st. I'm holding out hope.
DK. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
I'm holding out hope. If you don't make a move until June 1st, let that be the surprise on June 1st.
DK or Cortland Sutton. Actually, those would probably be. Ayuk would be sick. Higgins would be sick. But remember with DK and his contract, I would take DK over Ayuk
has the best
or
scenario.
Higgins.
It was
sure.
the best scenario all
and
around.
I think DK is just better than Sutton.
It's the best scenario all around.
He is the best. Yeah. But if I'm going off most realistic, it's probably Sutton. Omar Khan's done some wonders.
That's
though,
all I'm saying, man. I heard Russ was impossible.
Why settle?
I heard Russ was impossible. I've heard Fields was impossible. And we see where we are all in the same off season. It was the same weekend dang near, bro. It's like, all right, stop playing with this man, bro.
I think it was.
It was like the same weekend, bro.
It happened really fast.
They say you can't. It's like, all right, don't say what you can't do. Don't say what he won't do. Because clearly he's not playing the way that y'all think he played. Bro, that was the whole, like, people's, it'll never be Fields. Why y'all crazy? It'll never be Ray. You crazy. They both sit here right now. Not one, I meant both on. It's like, sheesh.
What if we got DK and Sutton?
I'm scared to ask what it costs, but for Omar,
it's not going to cost us anything for
Omar.
Sutton. It's like a 5th round pick. I'm saying they want to get rid of him anyway. They drafted Troy Franklin, Bo Nix's buddy, back in Oregon.
But you named both of them. You named DK and Sutton. I'm just like, I don't know. I think somehow
DK is going to be a first.
I feel like somehow we're going to be like, yeah, we bled a little bit in this altercation. We still won, but we bled a little bit. I just want to see how much we're going to bleed in it.
Just get all that familiarity, get all those connections for Russ. Because those two did well with Russ. Those two did really well. Because even Sutton, even though he didn't have crazy yards, he had 10 touchdowns last year. He was a good red zone target for us.
Yeah.
And we know what DK did those first 3 years. He averaged like 1,000 yards. Bro. He averaged like 1,000 yards and like 10 touchdowns.
It's DK, bro.
His first 3 years out in Seattle with Russ.
Yeah. Run after, bully, toughness, effort. Yeah.
All right, what do we got next?
All right, 6'10". Man. So, shoot, man. Let's hit these supers, baby. So, if y'all was enjoying the free agent.
So, what do you want to do at receiver, though, I guess?
So, for me, man, we kind of talked about it. It's like, man, if we're not doing the trade option, because these are free agents. These are guys that we have to sign, that are available right now. If we're going the strictly sign route, when I brought up the whole give me the Michael Thomas and Marquise Goodwin combo for whatever I got to pay them the cheapest amount, I'm taking them because I think they both got defining characteristics. I know Marquise Goodwin is lightning fast, and he's already proven that he can run by you in this league. We just got to connect with it. And that's part of the thing. I mean, I don't know if you remember when we played him here a couple years ago. Low key, he the one who smoked Joe, and Fields missed him. And it would have been, if I remember correctly, it would have been not a walk-off.
He was on the Bears?
Yeah, he was on the Bears when they played here. We went to overtime with him. Yeah, but literally he had to hit on, it was a play on Joe, their sideline going into the end zone, opposite the closing end zone. Yeah.
Okay.
And it's like he just missed him. And it's like, that's the type of speed he has. So it's like, yo, give me that, because that's one part that you got to worry about. And I think it's more proven than Quez Watkins. I also feel like for Calvin Austin, that's a lot more of what you want to start looking like, because he's also a former track background. Obviously, he's an Olympian, but in terms of being able to translate the speed and develop the route running and catching and being undersized, because that's the other part. Goodwin's small. It's like I just feel like I got another comp, but a dude that he can learn from and kind of hedge that bet. Whereas with Quez, there's still some uncertainty with Quez because we haven't seen Quez put it together like at least we've seen Goodwin put it together at times, whether we're saying Buffalo or San Fran before he made his way over to Chicago. So that's why I lean him. And then Michael Thomas, because that's the low risk, high reward. It's the same, the Chase Claypool talk that we just had. We just going to spin that block, and now instead of it being Chase Claypool, we're going to call him Michael Thomas and bring him here. And we're going to say similar things. Big athlete, has already had a ton of success, been hurt these past couple of seasons, played decent enough last year where now you kind of got some questions of, all right, maybe he's getting back closer to at least being healthy enough. I got right. GP here. I got a Russ here. It's Coach T, Steelers. This is another better scenario for him. He's not dealing with end of Drew Brees, Sean Payton leaving. You got Taysom Hill. They saying, is he your quarterback? Like, yeah, a lot could make you feel injured. All right, I get it. Now, we're going to play you. We're going to pay you cheap. And we're going to see if you want to prove that you can get back to what you once were viewed as. And I look at it like that. And because he's cheap, but proven, now them other receivers in that room, they looking at him as, bro, I want to show up nicer than Michael Thomas. GP, all right, man, Michael Thomas once was one of the highest paid receivers. I'm going to show him that I'm nicer than him. I might learn that little slant movie guy too, but I think I'm nicer than him. Let me prove that. And it will just make you come out there and that competitive, that dog, it's going to make them want to raise their game. So I kind of look at it like that if we're not doing the trade route. Give me those two specific names because of what those two specific could bring to our scenario.
I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
Part of me thinks Michael Thomas is just going to retire.
Part of me does as well. But that's what I'm like, if you don't,
I don't think he really wants to prove anything.
That's been why I've been so just like I'm upset with him, because I was pounding the table before he got that check because he was hungry. He had that dog, and then he got paid and he turned fat. And I get it. We say like some people, bro, you get that check and it's like, yo, this is what I was doing it for. I got it. I'm done now. I'm cool. I don't fault them. It's like, I get it. Not everybody wants to be a Hall of Famer. Not everybody wants to be the greatest. Oh, I'm going to be super champ. Some dudes literally like, bro, I'm trying to get enough money to take care of my family where I never got to work again. And now that I'm going to holler at you. You just got to know what it is. He does appear to be more along that side. So just know what you bring it in, potentially, and go from there.
Yeah.
I ain't paying him no money, though. I definitely can't pay him no money. I don't trust him. I can't pay him no money, baby. Because he doesn't look like a football first guy to me right now. He looks like he's surpassed that level, and he's about to start a podcast. Bro. That's what's next, bro. You know what time it is. It's podcast time. And I ain't tripping on it. Yeah, just if you can hold it off for a year, though, or you do the hybrid, you going to start it in season and play, like, cool. But, yeah, we know what time it is. I ain't got about another year. We know what time it is, though. It's real.
The Barbarian. I remember when Najee was they were concerned with too many carries, which eventually led to Jaylen. Najee's style is really needed in the cold season.
Bless you.
Thank you.
It is, man. And that's the whole thing in terms of them being concerned about having too many carries. Yes, could he have taken those carries? Sure. But you're always trying to just account for how many. What is the wear and tear? And we're all guesstimating when that happens, like when the running backs fall off that proverbial cliff. But that's the part where we're trying to maximize his availability as long as possible. But that's definitely the pro and con to that decision because now we over here and you gonna use it against him, and that's business part of it, man.
All right, next. Hold on, give me a sec. We got President Nitty.
Shout out to President Nitty. One time for the culture.
Najee Bobby, shake and bake.
Facts.
30 more fumbles than 22.
Huh?
30 fumbles more than 22.
Well, I mean, 22 don't fumble. And we've seen Jaylen from what, 3? Has it been 3 or 2?
Yeah. It was a couple. Was it a couple last year?
That's what I'm saying. I know I think he had 2 last year.
1 or 2 in his rookie year.
Yeah. So it's like, no, I get it. Like, yeah, he has put it on the ground. But the flip side is,
Najee did put it on the ground one time, and again in the worst scenario. I think it was the Chiefs playoff game, wasn't it?
It was. But I wasn't gonna
Him
go
and
that
Deontay.
route. I wasn't gonna go that route. I was gonna say the flip side is 30 has more explosive runs or explosive plays with the football than Najee does in terms of plays of over 15, 20 plus yards. That is what Jaylen brings to the table. They both were dope though. They both bring, positive elements. And that's why, like I said, I want them both here, man. Yeah. And I don't think we got to kill one to talk, to hype the other one up either. It's like, bro, I think they both rock well. We ain't got to hit them with he going to fumble it more than this one, or that one going to do it worse than that one. It's like, but I get it, though.
Some in the chat are talking about Najee Harris to the Cowboys.
I mean, it would make sense for Dallas. Definitely would. Because, I mean, right now, you talking about pulling up with Zeke and Pollard. Might as well throw Najee in there. You feel a lot better about the scenario.
Okay, this is coming from 93.7 The Fan, Adam Crowley.
Shout out to the crowd, man.
Dropped a bombshell rumor. Says, here's a hot Steelers trade rumor. Comes from one guy from fan side and the other guy from Bleach Report, so I don't know if it's the most credible thing.
Okay.
I don't know if it's not. But both of these guys say they have Steelers sources, and the rumor is this: Cowboys could be interested in trading for Najee Harris.
Okay. Well, let's see. What's the Cowboys? Because I know they signed Zeke, so let's see.
He's saying the report here is that it would be a 4th-round pick for next year.
Let's pull up the Cowboys. Because, Pollard
Would you
is
do that
gone.
for Najee?
Pollard's gone. Deuce
4th-round
Vaughn.
pick? I'd rather have
Zeke.
Najee around. I think it's more valuable to keep him around for a year. That is if he wants to be here.
Well, yeah, because right now, Dallas, Pollard is gone. Excuse me on that one. Is he at Atlanta? No.
I don't know where he signed.
went. Yeah. Pull up where he went, because right now for Dallas is Zeke Elliott, Deuce Vaughn, Royce Freeman, and Rico, was it Dodal? Yeah.
Titans for Pollard.
Titans. Okay. Well, yeah, it was this offseason. Good call. Najee would make a lot of sense in Dallas. I could definitely see how that one work. Now, you said that you wouldn't take a fourth rounder. I mean, every pick is a future right now. I was like,
right.
This is a picture.
It would be the 2025 fourth.
Yeah.
No, it's not enough. I think he's more valuable on the roster for this year.
What do you get if you don't trade anything for him and he just left in free agency then? Because he's not going to get paid enough for a comp pick.
Yeah, I just think having him around this season is better than not having him around, though. Like, where are we getting that production from? Unless Omar's
You
wheeling
just told
and dealing.
me that we could get any.
I do believe that.
Yeah.
I do believe that. But I also do think that is part of Najee's value to the team is just the consistency and that he is going to be available. He doesn't put the ball on the ground. Like, all that stuff.
That's the combo.
And that he is productive, like generally productive.
So is that production more valuable than a 4th-round pick or a 3rd-round pick?
It is.
But it's not enough for a $5 or $6 or even $7 million multi-year extension, though.
That's where we're at. Yeah.
I'm with you. That's the craziest part, and I'm sure that's why running backs feel like they're talking to a wall
because Zaire says a 3rd. Now that might be a different story.
But if I'm Dallas, I'm not giving up a 3rd for Najee when I know you're not trying to do anything long term, at least to the extent that you decline the 5th-year option. So clearly you don't love him.
They need a running back that they can feel good about, though.
Well, you can make a case they still feel halfway decent about Zeke. Zeke got good memories. Zeke has good feel. Think about this. Think about it like this, right? If when L. Bell left the Jets, if he would have came back to Pittsburgh, we would not have looked at him the same as when he went to Kansas City, because he would have been coming back to us where he had his most success. That's how Dallas is going to look at Zeke to an extent. It's like, it ain't the same.
He was tailing off at Dallas.
Right.
Though. Bell wasn't tailing off here.
But in terms of Dallas, though, they still remember his best moments. So, bro, you still swear on 7 because of his best moments were here. So that's what I'm saying for Dallas. They still got people just go look at Zeke like, bro, I know what Zeke can do. I didn't see what Zeke did. I remember what Zeke did.
Is that what your family's saying?
Some of them, yes.
Oh, man.
Not everybody, though. Because at the same time, it's like, yo, we gotta wait and see what Zeke, all right? Which version? Is it pre-Cabo Zeke or is it post-Cabo Zeke? We need to find out.
They still need someone with him no matter what.
Oh, 100%.
Do they feel great about Deuce Vaughn?
To an extent, but I don't love it. I think it's still light. That's why I'm saying if Najee is the guy, yeah, that makes a lot of sense for Dallas. But that's why I'm asking for us, what does that look like? Because if you're Dallas, what's the point of giving up a third for Naj, right?
Keep him around long term, then. Maybe you give him the extension.
That's what I'm saying. You know what the style is, though, when it's coming in here. I'm pairing Big Bruiser with Zeke, which is at this stage more
field.
sweet
Najee
feeding.
said he runs better on turf. He likes turf fields.
Yeah.
Faster on turf, I guess, maybe.
Oh, you got better grip, yeah.
Yeah. I think it needs to be a third for us.
For us to win it, a third, yes. I think fair is a fourth. But I don't want fair for Najee.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Not for this year. I want to win that.
I want to see what we got here with Arthur Smith and Russ and Najee, Jaylen, Pickens, like this whole thing that we got going right now on offense.
Not Jaylen. Najee would love Dallas, though, bro. You think you got your receiver, you got your quarterback, you got pieces around you. And there are a lot already in terms of the continuity is already there. Whereas for us, we got new pieces, and we're saying that we obviously got to account for them gelling, all getting on the same page, new coordinator, everybody on the same page with that, and then the results producing, everybody staying healthy. For Dallas, you're not dealing with none of that. You got the same coach, you got same playmakers, same playbook, same leader in terms of Dak. So in terms of coming into there, it's just way less moving pieces and more people that will help Naj be able to have the most success. Now, you can make a case whose O-line is better because we both kind of revamped our situations, but that's the one thing with Naj. Like, yeah, I could definitely see you might be appealing, or at least from your side, that situation being appealing. And I know from Dallas, it would definitely be appealing. Yeah,
I could see it. Yeah, definitely.
I don't want to do it. If it's still,
I just don't know who the automatic Najee replacement is then. Because I think you can replace running backs.
You ready, Deke? Here we go. I'm going to pull up.
Is Fournette still out there?
Let's see. Free agent
I
running
think you
backs
can
on
replace
Spot
Najee, but at the same time, it's no guarantee.
So here we go.
It's no guarantee. At least we know what we're getting with Najee.
All right. So peep game.
And that's the value that he brings.
So you got Damian Harris. He was up in Buffalo. Personally, I was a fan of him. He just got knocked out at the wrong time, and James Cook took over. And then we had another dude, Ty Johnson, take over. He kind of got buried. Damian Harris, though, gives me some of those vibes with the vision. Not as good as Najee. I'm not saying he's as good, but in terms of could he give you some of that to offset it, I do personally feel like, yes, he could. You got Cam Akers. He's available.
No.
Matt Breida, he's available. Rashawn Penny's available. Kareem Hunt, he's only 28, actually. That's interesting. He was about to be 29. But Kareem Hunt's available. Latavius Murray, I feel like he's a little bit too older for what I want. But also, I've already seen him a year ago do what we're asking with the combination of Latavius Murray, Damian Harris. You know what I mean? Where you use 2 to 3 different dudes to kind of give you this one style, and it's complemented by the guy over here. Whether it was a Devin Singletary, obviously, like I said, James Cook these past year. So.
Yeah, he's old.
Marlon Mack's another guy that's available.
No.
So, yeah. So, that's kind of how I look at it. It's like, if you're not going to go Najee, you're going to use...
Where is Fournette at?
I don't know where he's at right now, but he wasn't up here on a spot right.
Is he still on Buffalo? I guess he's still with Buffalo. No, he's a free agent. He's not on the list.
He's not on the list, though. Yeah.
Spot rack slipping.
Yeah. Because you understand, you was looking at saying, I was looking at right. Yeah.
I still need a third. With all those names, I think I need a third. Because
I could make a case, man. Give me some Leonard Fournette. I go with Damian Harris, or I go with Leonard Fournette, Kareem Hunt.
Still got Patterson.
Yeah, I still got a Cordero. I still got a Jaylen Warren. Neither one of those dudes are going to cost a ton. Fournette probably cost the most of the group.
Fournette washed.
It wasn't. He was what?
3.5 2022 with the Bucks. Didn't do anything with the Bills.
Because you had James Cook. that's why I'm saying, like, I don't feel like Buffalo was like, yo, we're excited, but James Cook was playing crazy. And that's why I was like, bro, we ain't about to see you.
He's a guy I would call up, though,
Yeah.
if we made the trade.
Leonard Fournette, I would go Leonard Fournette first, Damian Harris second, Kareem Hunt third. Because Kareem Hunt obviously a little bit older, but I'll probably go that direction if we did move on from Najee. And I needed something this year to offset that. I'm
Trade
going to
for Abanikanda, too.
Oh, sure. You throw him in the mix. Like, yeah, I just didn't want to keep giving up stuff. Yeah.
You shouldn't have to. I don't think, because didn't the Jets pick up some running backs
No,
in
they
the
did,
draft?
yeah.
And
They did.
Yeah, so he'll be easily available. It could just be a late round
Yeah.
pick swap or something. We don't have to give up anything to get him.
Yeah, because I'm like, if I'm not going to have the singular Najee, I'm trying to spend $3 to $4 mil on bodies that can give me that, because that's what we'll be willing to pay. But does he accept that? And that's partly why we are where we are. But I think that could definitely work in the names we listed. I think the way that we're talking about utilizing them with Patterson, with Warren, I think that could definitely
So are you doing a fourth? With all that being said?
Well, I'm not allowed to answer this because me personally, I'm a double agent in that scenario. Because
Wait, why?
Because Dallas. I'm like, bro, I love it for Dallas.
If you're the Steelers, then put on your Steelers cap.
Right. If I'm the Steelers,
you got a Steelers hoodie on.
Yeah, if I'm the Steelers, I don't love it for 4. No. I want more because it's Najee. And I know what Najee's production is going to give me this year is more valuable than what that 4th pick that I can't even use this season. I just think I have more value in Najee this year than I do in that future.
I think he's the better option versus all those guys that you just named.
I think it just makes it a lot more challenging for me. I think I could still get it done without him.
Yeah.
But I think it makes it a little bit more challenging.
A little more risky.
Yeah. And I have to worry about, instead of one personality, one guy's ball security, one guy's availability, now I have multiple guys' personality, availability, ball security. And we're also naming guys that have been stars at some point. How do they play well in the pin now, where it's like, yo, you don't get to just say it's your ball no more. You got to play with, all these cats in here. I don't know how they going to all respond to that. That's the other part of it. And so it's like, he just takes he just gives me peace of mind. But is peace of mind necessarily the best decision? And that's another combo.
Yeah. Yeah, that peace of mind is worth keeping around for this year.
Yeah.
But obviously not worth picking up a 5th-year option on.
Yeah. But if I get a third for him, I ain't tripping. A third, I like it.
You would do the third.
A third, I'm interested.
I think you'd have to do the third.
Yeah, I'm very interested in a third. Because I look at it as, if he were to go somewhere in free agency and get a big deal, I would have got a 3rd-round draft pick in response for him. I don't think he goes anywhere and gets that big deal where I would at least equate a 3rd-round comp pick. So that's what I'm saying to myself. If I could get any type of third for a trade for him, I'm going to go ahead and do that. Because I think that's the fair trade, or me getting the most I could recoup back from this decision in the first place.
Yeah, and you feel like you can replace him to an extent this year.
Right.
Immediately.
Yeah. Because it's like, I don't see a 1st-round pick for Najee. I don't see a 2nd-round pick for Najee. Not at this stage.
No. And who knows? Maybe the market kicks up during the season for him.
I mean, shoot,
If
you see how
running backs get hurt.
Think about how they talked about Saquon. It was always like, man, we weren't even supposed to do this, but we just did it because it's Saquon. It's like, yo, I don't think people view Najee to that extent right now. But with the right person not playing right or being hurt, Najee
and the Cowboys are that scenario right now in the off season because of what they got. It's not good.
Right.
Yeah.
Najee would cook in Dallas, though, bro. The offense would be perfect for him. He would definitely cook out there. But the same way I think he would cook here is why I think he would cook there. I just think there is just less questions, because instead of it being, is Russ able to do this here? It's like, I've already seen Dak throw for 4K consistently there. Instead of me saying, can GP develop
their question
into
marks
this?
are playoffs.
Playoffs, right. But it's like, if we're talking about you're guaranteed you're there, and now we're saying, can you do those things? I think that's
a good regular season?
Right. I think that's a way different convo than where we're at right now, in the sense of, can Russ do this? Can GP do that? Can Move step into this? Will Najee be this? What about Jaylen that? What tackles play in here versus here is he going to do? I just think we have a little bit more of that where we're at right now. Whereas for them, like we said, can you get out of the division round? Because we know you're going to be hosting. Can you get out of the division round, man? And if you make it to an NFC Championship, can you actually look like you belong there too? I think it's just a different.
They haven't
combo.
been there in how long?
You see what I'm saying? I think it's just was it because Romo, that was division round, the Green Bay game.
I think it's probably since Aikman.
Yeah.
It's probably been 30 years.
Yeah, bro. So I'm like, it's a different set of questions, but they are a lot. Their floor is a lot higher though, because it's like, yo, we know y'all gonna cook every regular season. Like, we know where you're at right now. Whereas, like I said, for us, we just, all right, we have all the prerequisites for it to do that. Let's just see, will it all come together this year?
We know we'll at least get 9 wins.
Absolutely.
We'll at least get 9 wins.
Absolutely.
All right, we going back to these supers?
Yeah, man. Y'all hit that like button one more time for the coach if you haven't done so. And don't forget to subscribe.
The weird part about that third is, like, I'm not feeling great about it because I still want Najee around this year, but it's almost just like you have to do it.
Yeah. Kind of like trading Claypool for a second.
Yeah.
You have to. If it was for a third, we're like, fourth, get out of here. A second, you're like, how'd you do that?
Like, I'd rather still have that security of Najee here, but knowing what the future holds with him, most likely, it's just like you have to do it. Yeah. And you can't. I think you can replace Najee's production. You can. You just got to figure that out, and it is a little bit risky, but you can.
Yeah. And X Concepts, man, I get it, man. He is not a fan of trading a clear RB1. He thinks it makes 0 sense. And on paper, that is accurate. But look at it look at it instead of exclusively talking production, you also have to factor in the business side. And that's the root issue with Najee's contract 5th-year option. It's not an issue of if he's talented enough to be RB1 or if he's the RB1 or the guy that we trust. It's the value of the position, and now it's time to determine whether or not we want to commit this investment long term to him. And we're running out of time in the sense of, if you don't make that move this year, you don't get that opportunity next year if he's already left or he's a free agent. So that's the part where we're just trying to figure out, if we don't love him to the point we want to sign him long term, well, is it a better approach to potentially try to move him and get an asset for him?
Yep.
And knowing that there are teams, like we brought up Dallas specifically, that could definitely be in the running back market still. The same way we're still in the wide receiver market, post-draft, post-trade, we're still very much in the market, right? You hear the trade rumors, the dudes free agency that me and Deke talking about, we're still very much in that market. Think of Dallas in the running back room in a similar vein. They're still looking, saying to themselves, well, who are the free agent options? You want a Damian Harris? You want a Latavius Murray? You want a Leonard Fournette? All right, who are the trade options? Who didn't show up to OTAs? Okay, who didn't get their 5th-year option picked up? Who has a RB2 that is pushing for RB1, like Tony Pollard and Zeke a couple years ago, right? Like, who's in those scenarios where they're looking and they're saying, well, hey, is that their version of James Conner? And they're going to let the L Bell kind of do what he wants right here? Because if that's the case, that's why you talk about potentially moving those type of dudes. And that's the big reason why we even, are where we are right now with Najee, man. But I definitely get it, though, man. I definitely get it.
Jonathan Stevens, the same way you could say Pollard took a step back without Zeke, you could also say Eckler took a career jump without Gordon.
This is true. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true.
Actually, that's a really good comparison. I'm assuming he's talking about Warren if we got rid of Najee. Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely, man.
He's 100% right.
Yeah.
The Barbarian, this situation helps me remember when we thought Juju could be a number 1 when we lost AB, and that was definitely a drop-off when he became a focus.
This is true.
Different positions.
This is also very true.
Yeah, you only have one running back out there at a time. It's not like when Najee's playing, he's taking attention away from Jaylen Warren or anything like that. No, it's like they're out there
and
on
they're
their
both
own
playing against
accord.
the same linebackers in D-line, whereas that wide receiver 1 playing cornerback 1 versus that CB2 or sometimes CB3, you like, bro, the drop-off is crazy. How'd you get that one?
I see what he's trying to do there.
Yeah, I like it, though. I like it.
Paul Bennett, I thought Najee was a Steeler. Does that count?
No, facts. Nothing is taken away from Najee being a Steeler. That is never in question. Like, Najee, for a fact, hands down, that's stamped. That's a black and gold dude, man. No issues about that. Everybody knows that. This is just the business side. And that's the part. it's not to the same extent because obviously the endings were different, but L. Bell's departure, it wasn't because he was no longer good. It wasn't because we didn't need him or didn't want him. It was business. It was, yo, what you value yourself as and the production that you bring to the table, you value yourself at this number. We value you at this number. And they're just going to agree to it. All we saying is with Naj, hey, if Naj is willing to accept a lower number than at least what the what the 5th year option was, then maybe it ain't no issue at all. Maybe everything is good. But if
maybe they could sign an extension this offseason. But they want to see what he looks like in Arthur Smith's system. So
and that's what makes it uncomfortable. Yeah.
I don't think the Steelers want to do an extension that bad.
All right. What's the incentive for them? And that's the issue. No,
because I think that's actually a very, very valid
What's the incentive for them, bro?
Of saying, like, we want to wait and see what he looks like. What if Jaylen Warren looks like the better back by, like, 5 times this year?
Outside of feelings, what is the incentive for the Pittsburgh Steelers to pay and commit money to Najee
it's only feelings
over Jaylen
and,
Warren?
Vibes and chemistry. That's the only reason.
It.
But then if Najee doesn't want to be here, he wants to be toxic, then we're going to trade him. We're not going to deal with that.
That's yeah. Whew. But yeah, for a fact though, just to end that part, he's for certain. Najee's definitely still like, yeah, them combos and 2 different things. That is never in question with Naj, man. Absolutely not.
Bruce Mestorovich, how do you think these new hip drop rules affect teams' idea of running back longevity?
Honestly, I don't think it's going to have the significant impact that you might be kind of alluding to. I know the thought process is if you remove a hip drop tackle, you should have less injuries to the lower extremities, which should in turn equate to longer shelf life for players. Yes, but running backs, don't think of them as they only get hip drops. Those are the guys that we say get hit every play because even when they're not getting the ball, we're told on defense to still hit them because we know those hits accumulate, they add up, and that's more of the ideology behind running back shelf life, and the numbers and data also supports it. When you just look at running backs that play after, 4 years, when that 4.5, 5th year come up, that's typically when you start to see them slowing down. Availability becomes in question. And then you start to notice just them not making the plays that they used to make early on. Whereas when you talk quarterback, wide receiver, DN, corner, safety, those guys, their shelf life in year 8 and 9, we're saying for some of those guys, they're still in a prime. Whereas we seen some of these running backs in year 8, year 9, we like, hey, bro, hey, yeah, man, it's just way different in terms of the way we view them and the production that you can get out of them. So, like I said, that's the thing that I think is still going to hurt running backs more than help them, regardless of the hip drop.
Sean McCartney, running back will die out like fullback. Anyone would be a great running back will move to wide receiver, quarterback in high school or college, especially if their NFL is a goal for them.
Yeah, I mean, that's very legitimate. That's the cause and effect of it. When we saw fullbacks not getting paid as much, you saw a lot less people playing fullback. When you go out to youth football camps right now, people want to play quarterback, people want to play receiver, they want to play corner, they want to rush the pass, they want to play safety. You don't have a lot of people that want to play running back because everybody knows, number one, concussions are such a big, hot topic. And number two, we all have been conditioned to believe that running backs don't get paid. They can't play second contract because the most violent position, they're always going to get hurt. Those things are true, yes. But, man, some of the best players I've ever played with were running backs. High school, collegiate. It's like you get to the pros, like, yeah, all right, if they fall off the cliff and they 4th or 5th year in the pros, like, cool, they're in the pros, man. But it's like, you don't just kill the position, but that is one of the things. I get it. I don't think it'll get to fullback because the difference between fullback and running back is running back, you still get the ball, you still get to score touchdowns. It's still considered a sexy position, whereas fullback, you're the bodyguard. You're the guy who jumps in front of the president. Secret Service is great, but it's like, yo, you would much rather be the president than Secret Service, all right? Yeah, that's how it is, bro. So that's also partly why dudes stop, playing that fullback spot, man.
Yeah, I feel like running back's always going to be around because teams are always going to be running the ball one way or another.
Yeah.
Like, it's a proven way to win games. Have a mauling offensive line and have a running back run all over the place.
And the cheat code to fullback is this. If I tell you to play fullback, you're not going to want to play fullback because you want the ball. You think you sexy. I can go get this offensive lineman though and say, hey, bro, you want to line up in that backfield one time? Hey, come play this fullback position. Go get me a hole. And you look at how big them O linemen or D linemen, they get a chance to get in that backfield and block at times. It's like, yo, they be hype about it because they know, man, I don't get to get back home. I don't get to run over here. So that's the cheat code. Or you do what we do at times with Connor Hayward. We're going to moonlight the fullback, use him at certain times. We're going to protect you. The only time you really got to have a violent hit is that backside cutoff. But, hey, you could low-key cut him, and that can kind of give us the little 50-50 where it doesn't hurt you too bad, but we still can get the desired results. Those are some of the ways you can Band-Aid, and that's why the NFL has shifted to what we see now. So.
Yeah. I just feel like it's such a proven strategy, especially, too, with the league getting so pass happy.
Yeah.
Like running the ball.
That's the great equalizer, man.
It really is. Running the ball and controlling the clock and just dominating the game like physically.
Yeah.
That is a proven strategy for winning. Like even you saw it with Brady in late stages of his career up in New England. Like they ran the ball a lot.
Of course.
Even Mahomes in some of these playoff runs.
They
were no-name running backs.
That's
some
the
of them, like
code.
some of these running backs, like Damian Williams, he's out of the league.
That's the cheat code,
But
bro.
they would run the ball in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Joe Burrow with some of these
That's
Bengals
the
teams
cheat
recently,
code.
they'd run the ball in the
Bro,
playoffs.
the Bills this past year when they won and they run, it was James Cook stepping up,
Yeah,
running
Josh
the football,
Allen was throwing
bro.
for 300 or 400 yards.
It was like, yo, they're running the football.
So that's why I think running back will always
Yes.
be around. It's just I think the question's always going to be how much do you pay him?
And that's legitimate, bro. Because, like you said, you need them, but
Quarterback's the most important
Yeah.
position, but winning games, it still involves running because that
Yeah.
helps the quarterback out.
you need them.
That helps the offense out in general.
Like you said, you need them, but what's the extent? I look at it like the quarterback is the house. You need the house. Running back's the car. It's like, yo, do you need a Bentley or can you get by with the Honda Civic? Like, would you, for all the people that are out here like, man, why aren't you paying Naj, man? Naj is important. I think Spice Crazy, I know you big on Naj, right? It's like, yo, would you pay full price for a Honda Accord that had 150,000 miles on it? Or would you be like, yo, I appreciate all the great memories, but I'm not about to commit more money, new money, to this version of this car when I can either go get a new version that is way cheaper with way less mileage, or I could take that, potential 80 to 100 grand that I'm about to pay this 150 mile having Honda Accord, and I can go and buy me something nice. Maybe I would get me an Explorer. Maybe I would get me I might go get me a Rover. I might go get me one of them Porsche things, something like that. Like, I just think that that's kind of the mindset. It's like, yo, do you want to pay for something that we are all saying statistically this is a diminishing asset? You don't want to count new money to that, and that's the knock on it. That's literally why they talk about running backs like cars.
Now, Sean McCartney says NFL will make it 10-on-10 with no running back position, period. But to me, that's not football.
That's
then
not.
anymore.
That's like the whole 7-on-7 concept.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to watch that. That's not football.
I would agree, because then after that, they're gonna get rid of offensive linemen if that's the case. Like, that's true 7-on-7 is what you apply right there. The whole no running back convo.
Yeah, I hope they don't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope they don't, because that's just not football. Flat out not football. Because if you kept it 11 on 11, I think no matter what, you're gonna have a guy in the backfield by the quarterback, behind the quarterback, or to the side of him in the shotgun. Like that is an efficient way, or that is a way to run an offense.
Think about it.
So naturally, someone is going to be taking handoffs and be a running back.
Even the teams that don't have running back, you still got running quarterbacks: Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen. You're still going to find a way to get those rushing yards, whether it's via running back or quarterback. There, you got to account for it somehow, some way though, to keep your offense balanced, to keep it real. Like,
I know my best offense when I'm on my best runs in Madden is when I'm running the ball.
Yeah, bro.
Running the ball successfully, and then that opens up the pass game, and that's how it is in real life too. Let's go, UW. The counter on Najee being capped at $5 million is what is an extra $2 or $3 million? Like what, one, maybe two vet men contracts? Are those one or two guys going to offset Najee leaving? Here's the thing, like, yeah, maybe, because how much did we pay Deshaun Elliott? Like $3 million, $2-3 million bucks. He's gonna be a starting safety. And you know how Omar Khan runs it here with the numbers. I do think every million, every little bit counts.
Heck yeah,
especially
counts,
too, with some of our other guys needing to be paid on offense coming up. Some of our other younger guys like a Pickens and some of these O linemen, and obviously the quarterback position. Like that $7 million. Let's say it is Najee's whole contract is taken off the books. He leaves. Like that $7 million could be worth a lot in giving Muth his money or adding to whatever quarterback we're paying. $7 million. That's what Devin White signed for with the Eagles this offseason. That's a starting inside linebacker
player. Yeah,
right.
Like a very, very productive player for $7
million. That could be a CB2. That could be a high end slot corner.
Yeah, think about it. 2 to 3 is a role player, potential starter. It's like 7. Like you feel like you have a starter. Like that's a bona fide, not a rotation. That's a bona fide starter right there. Yeah.
But I'm with him on that too. That's one of the reasons why I thought the Steelers were going to give Najee the 5th-year option.
Yeah.
But yeah, they didn't. Because I was just like, you know what? It's $7 million, and it's only for a year. It's not like it's a multi-year deal or anything. I think they'll value just loyalty. I think they're gonna err on that side, but they didn't.
I would agree. Now I was gonna say I got a text that dinner was prepared. All right.
Okay.
So just giving us the heads up, we go work through these a little bit sooner for the Supers, just so I don't get in trouble with the higher ups. All right. I ain't trying to get traded.
That works for me.
I like the fact that my option has been picked up. Okay. I don't want to be on the trader block, Deke. Don't put me on the trader block. All right. Stop starting up there now. All right. Yeah.
You got a contract extension coming up.
I got an extension. All right. Yeah. We finalized our negotiations. Like we're good. I'm just yeah.
You got what do you got, a 5-year deal?
You feel me, bro? Yeah,
we
locked in right now, bro. Like, yeah, we gonna reassess in a couple years. You know, do it again. But it's like, we just got a big, she gave me a big incentive boost with my contract. We got a new crib coming. It's like, she restructured my contract, Deke. She was like, you know what? Here, take the house on the front end, man. All right, get you to restructure you real quick. So we just restructure. All right, I want to keep it happy in the Moats household, though. All right, so yeah.
Sage Shattuck. Deke looking like KP right now.
Ooh. Maybe that's a compliment, though. Maybe it's the pit hat. That's what he's saying. It's the pit hat and the hair.
I got a pit hat on.
And the hair in the back. That's definitely it, though. That's definitely it.
DeMarco Huff, Deke, the flaw to that chart is it's mostly Brady Mahomes for running backs and Russell Wilson, a quarterback, on that same chart had Marshawn Lynch. Well, I stopped the chart right at that Russell Wilson year. I stopped the chart there. 10 years was the year after Russ and Marshawn Lynch.
Hit us with the ESPN strategic. I like it. ESPN hit you with the Ayo at this year mark. Just this year. We're going to stop right here. Boom.
But that might have been Russ still on a rookie contract.
It was. Because he won it on the rookie and then went back on the rookie. And then after that, he got paid, and that changed the dynamic.
Right. Brady Mahomes. Okay. I mean, Stafford won with the Rams. You need a good quarterback. That's one of the things I've always been saying. Like, you need a legit quarterback.
Mandatory.
And we're seeing that take place a lot over the last 10, 15 years, 20 years. Outside of if you even want to go back to like early 2000s.
You gotta have
outside of Foles and Flacco, it's all been franchise quarterbacks winning Super Bowls. And Foles and Flacco played like
on that level.
Franchise quarterbacks for those
that run.
3-4 games. Like, it was crazy. Like, you can't structure your team. You can't plan your team around that happening, though. No. Guys that aren't franchise quarterbacks just randomly
like you said, good luck
playing elite for those 3 or 4 games where the tensions and the stress is at the most high.
Shit.
They did it, though. Luck. So, I mean, give them props for doing it.
But there's a reason why we talk about them like this, because those are outliers.
Yeah. All right. Jacob Ramirez, Moats, they was trying Claypool at tight end. He ain't it.
Well,
is that the Dolphins?
Yeah. Part of that, though, was due to him not having success as the wide receiver. And they had numbers in terms of Miami as well. Like I said, you got 2 top 5 receivers statistically down there. We ain't waiting on a receiver at this level. And that's the other part that I think Claypool has learned the hard lesson on. We ain't waiting a long time for you. You might get an opportunity, but we're not going to just wait forever for you to produce. It's like, all right, we're going to move you here, we'll move you there. Then after that, you stop dressing. And then after you stop dressing, what they usually say, learn Chinese, buddy. Like, that's like the next step, man.
Sean McCartney, with the Steelers, Moats hates them. With the Bills, he loves them. We need to get Moats a golf cart for Acrisure.
A golf cart.
That's not on you, though, right?
And air horn. Yeah,
that's the higher ups. They got to get you a golf cart.
Look. I love my Steelers scenario. Y'all seen them pics, man. Y'all seen them FedEx Great Hall. You seen that Badger 805. You seen the little pseudo commercials in the front of the Ford pickup trucks, man. All right. I was standing with the first rounder. You feel me? Yeah, I got intimate talks with. Yeah, that was. Hey, shout out to my Steelers situation over here. All right, they show major love. Okay, I love it. All right, so
Is
I'm
Troy
not
coming on the show?
zero complaint. Well, you know what? We might look into that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, y'all already talked to him twice, but yeah, that was over there. So yeah, we could look into that.
Nice.
You know, I'm trying to think. What the only we're down. Let's see, we didn't get Kenny.
We never got Kenny.
We didn't get Kenny.
And
We
that's-
flirted
that's
with it
not
multiple.
happen-
Think
that's
about
not
it was,
happening again,
but it
huh?
was
Or
multiple times
that thought's
behind
not
the
gonna happen
scenes.
again.
Multiple times behind the scenes though, where it was close to being done though.
Right.
We haven't got Broderick yet, so that'll probably come up. We'll have to get him this year.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think because we didn't get Broderick last year. Yeah, but I'm trying to think. We shoot on a lot of
We
them.
still need Minka, and TJ.
You're right. We do need to get TJ. Jabbing on TJ. We do need to get that one. But he don't do a lot of media though. You hardly ever hear him talk.
He'll talk for hours.
We're gonna make him
It'll
talk.
be a good interview.
Man, you know we'll hit him up. Come on now. Nah.
Sean McCartney, okay for Rico Bussey to wear 8-4, but not Patterson.
Listen, it was the timing of it all. The timing of it all.
I mean, I really didn't have anything against either one, to be honest.
I'll believe it alone because we at 6:51, so we're just grinding. I'm not even about to entertain. I'm here.
Zick Shazier, the DJ trade messed us up. Look at my voicemail.
He did. I remember him calling in. I remember you being upset. I do. It wasn't just you. There was somebody else that we talked to. I feel like live too. That was also like not a fan of that trade, man.
Martian,
You know, I wasn't a fan of it.
Pickett, we would have Caleb if we traded Najee. With Pickett, we would have Caleb if we traded Najee. But I guess he's saying taking Najee out of the offense last year, we would have like 2 wins.
Yeah. I ain't tripping on that. Yeah.
I disagree pretty strongly on that.
Well, you're saying you're thinking of it as a shot at Kenny. I'm thinking of it as if you take Najee's production away, what has our offenses been the past 3 years without Najee's production?
I think it's replaceable.
That's fair, but the one thing that we can say is Najee did produce for 3 years consistently.
I agree with that. But all right, so last year, like if we're talking specifically last year, Najee wasn't doing much in like the first half of the season, and we were still like 7-4. He started cooking at the end, but like Mason was cooking too.
Did he get 1,000 yards in 4 games with Mason?
Yeah, the Seattle game he went off.
That's what I'm saying. Like I feel like Seattle he
No, that's my point. He's saying because of Kenny, like if we took Najee away from Kenny, Najee wasn't having good games when he was with Kenny.
Yeah.
Like it was Jaylen doing more of this stuff, and that's why I was constantly saying we gotta get Jaylen the ball more. So like if we had a compliment with Jaylen early in the season, I don't know if that's affecting our bottom line of wins and losses.
I look at it as
a different compliment,
but
not Najee.
But the thing is, you kind of just said it right there. Who is that answer?
Well, I said a band
roster?
candle last year.
Right, but it's like even he didn't give 1,000 yards to the Jets, so it's like
if we gave him,
until
if
we
we gave
could
him
point
the
to
work,
somebody
he
that did that, it's like that's what part. Like I get what he's saying. It's like them numbers were numbers. It's like
it is value. It is
right.
value. It is something not to sneeze at. But at the same time, if you had to pick one position, one player, and said, hey, who could we get to replace their production? Like if you had to bet someone, it's running back, and it's Najee.
I would agree.
Out of the two, between Najee and Jaylen, it's him.
Yeah.
Let's go, UW. Says Snoop is now doing the Arizona Bowl going forward.
I don't even know what that is.
I don't know either.
Oh no. Yeah, I gotta look into that. I don't know what that is, man.
Gooby says Dallas has a very deep and talented tight end room.
What you got? All right.
They don't have Schultz anymore.
Nah, he's
Ferguson,
over in Texans,
who's
yeah.
after him?
I'd have to look. I don't know off the top of my head. Yeah. I did want to get a super that we did skip over real quick from Sean McCartney. He says that. Oh no. You already had that one. Yeah. You said that to play. Okay.
It was
good
related
call.
to what we were talking
Good
about
call.
at the time, so I skipped.
Man, you
some
in your
others.
bag over there, Deke. You in your bag.
Sean McCartney
man.
says it's not football, but that's where it's heading. Teams rather get a mobile quarterback than invest in running back. We like running backs who can catch out the backfield than ones who take hits.
No, you still want the ones that take hits, and nobody's saying that you don't employ them. They're saying you don't pay them. And I think that's the part that we try to do all or nothing with the arguments with running backs. Oh, if they're not valuable, oh, if you don't need them, oh, if you're not willing to commit $7-8 million to them, well, why do you even pick them up? Why do you even draft them? Why do you even sign them? Because you still need them. It's the same reason why we don't pay guards the same amount of money that we pay quarterbacks. We don't pay guards the same amount of money we pay a wide receiver. We don't pay, the inside linebacker. We pay the starting cornerback. That's why. It's just the nature of the position, the value of the shelf life in which you're accounting for them or from them. But you still need all of these players out there. That's why we say football is the ultimate team sport. We ain't hollering about paying Christian Kuntz, making him the highest paid long snapper in the league, but you play a game without a long snapper and you tell me what your special team situation looks like when you're trying to punt, kick a field goal. That's the part where we're like, it's just the value of it. So, yeah, we don't agree that you pay these dudes, but to act as if they don't have any value, that's not what we're saying either. But the value has shown throughout the years to be a lot more easily replaceable than it is to replace a quarterback, wide receiver, safety, corner, pass rusher, left tackle. And that's kind of where we are with it, man.
Yeah. Six Shades here. I left a voicemail this weekend about the DJ trade.
Let's go. We'll shoot a strong possibility that it will be making it on arthurmoats.com. All right. So with that being the case, we did catch up on all the super. Shout out to you, Deke. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to all y'all for rocking with us as well. Don't forget to hit that like button one final time for the coach and subscribe if you are new to the show. And, of course, we're going to spin the block through this again because, yeah, this convo ain't going away anytime soon. All right. But with that being the case, man, we appreciate you for tuning in. And until next time, baby.
Peace.